We are going to get this party started. Alex, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing so good, man. I am excited to be here today. I woke up this morning just excited. I got out of bed and I was like, let's go. I know that we're got this webinar today and I am stoked to talk about it.
Fantastic. I'm Alex. We actually just met not too long ago, courtesy of Joe Campert, the greatest connector. If you guys aren't familiar with Joe Campert, he is my Jolly Green Giant friend. When I was leaving Kentucky in 2023, I was like an orphan over here, didn't know anybody, and him and Tony Merwin welcomed me in with open arms because they're such fantastic people. So if you guys don't know who Joe is, go get all your auto insurance through them. They insure my vehicles and my property. They're fantastic people. And if you guys are not already a part of uh, Agency RM, man, we have a fantastic gift for some of you smart people in here today. So let's get right into this. You should see a screen on your screen. It's like a virtual screen on a screen. Perfect. So this is the death of telesales. iOS 26 just killed your career and your commissions. So just want to say before we even begin, all the glory goes to God. For those of you who don't, I love God. I believe, not to get religious on you guys, but just want to say thank you to the man up above who allows me, of all people, to walk around on this planet. So, and have you guys ever been to one of those webinars? Let me know in the chat, or a live event or a summit or something where people actually, they pretend to teach you something while the whole time they're actually trying to sell you something. Can you guys type in the chat if you've been to one of those events before? And so you're sitting there, you're trying to figure out how much it cost. How many of you have ever had that? Okay, this is not that. Not only is this not that, I'm going to tell you something right now. I have something to offer you at the end, and I can tell you how much it is. It's $5,433. Now you don't have to spend any energy whatsoever worrying about if I'm going to sell you something or how much it costs. You're all intelligent adults. If it makes sense, do it. If it doesn't, I demand you run away from this right now. Okay, I'm inviting you to leave. Now you don't have to worry about that. So now you can spend all of your time evaluating what I'm teaching you to see if what me and Alex are saying today makes sense enough for you that you would want the learning to continue going, so you choose to work with us at the end. Does that make sense? Everyone type yes in the chat. Just want to make sure I'm completely transparent with you. You're all intelligent adults. You were smart enough to come here and invest in yourself. Most people don't do that. So give yourself a pat on the back for showing up. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to teach you a lot of cool stuff. Alex is going to teach you a lot of cool stuff in this, whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm going to teach you more than a lot of you have learned in a lot of multi-thousand-dollar courses you've bought. And your job is to evaluate whether or not it's worth it. My job is to give you so much value that you're dizzy when I'm done, that you don't want the learning to stop. Does that sound fair? Just type fair in the chat. Okay, excellent. So give yourselves a hand for being here today. Now, today's agenda. I want to take a 10-foot hurdle on your track and trade it for 10 one-foot hurdles. That way you guys can jump over it. So in our small amount of time together, my goal is to make a big impact in the following ways. I'm going to give you confidence where there was once uncertainty, clarity where there was once confusion, to unlock the true potential you have to make a dent in the universe. I'm going to take you from Mason, Alex, I've been trying everything, to aha, it all makes sense now. Yet if nothing else, I'm here to make you money. Lots of it. Okay, so here's what I need from you. Implementation. Absolutely nothing in this world pains me more than giving you the solution to your problems today, yet running into you a year from now, 2 years from now, at a conference, at a webinar, and you're still clinging hopelessly to your problem taking power away from you. That's absolutely unacceptable to me. And here's what your clients need from you, and here's a hard question because I like to ask the hard questions. Here's my philosophy. Once I find a better way, I never use the old one ever again. So don't you think your audience, would you agree with me, that your audience deserves you at your very best? And every moment you deny it to them, you're actively participating in their despair. Yes. So do we have a deal? Does that sound fair? Can you give you and your audience the best? And let me just be brutally honest with you guys. You probably won't be here in 90 days. And I'm not saying this to belittle anybody or offend anybody. If you think I am, get off that track, okay? Now, I'm assuming first, here are the challenges I believe you think are holding you back. You're low on capital and can't buy what you want, the leads, whatever. You have no time left for anything because you spend all your time doing things that don't really move the needle forward. Come on, I know you. And you think you don't possess certain skills or abilities, and you're scared to get out of your comfort zone. Now, if you don't know what your real problem is, let me show you. Tim Cook just put the entire insurance industry out to cook, no pun intended, with iOS 26 update coming. I see you laughing, Alex. You got a good sense of humor like me. Now, this is what the lead vendors are saying. Alex, can you just unmute? When you started doing all these posts about iOS 26, what were people telling you? How were they just diminishing it?
Yeah, they were telling me this is a nothing burger. They were private messaging me saying, "Man, why are you making such a big deal out of this?" I got a lot of flack from just sharing what is coming down the pipe. Most people that reached out to me that were lead vendors or other influencers were just straight up trying to get me to stop talking about it because they did not want this fear in the industry.
Now, why would someone say that? Well, I'll walk you through it because I want you to know the types of people you guys have been buying things from in the past, regardless of your opinions or confirmation biases. I'm going to tell you some things that might go against the grain today. And I'm not going to give you a source of trust me, bro, like other people would. So let's go back to this. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Hi, this is Adarian Wilson. I was just calling about your car's extended warranty. I know that we had some information about it, the 2008 Toyota Supra, and I was just calling about your car's extended warranty and just wanted to verify with you some information that I had. So if you could please help me with understanding.
Now, just out of curiosity, how many of you would actually answer that call once you know who's calling about what? Would any of you answer about that? Just let me know in the chat, yes or no. Alex is even shaking his head no. We're all consumers in here. How many of you like your phones getting blown up? Now, what do most people think when it comes to insurance? It's trash, salespeople are evil. So the moment they see evil calling, do they pick up or answer? No, they don't answer at all. So now that we know that the lead vendors are once again wrong, well, there's only two reasons I could come up with on why they would tell Alex Branning, of all people, one of the smartest and brightest people in our industry, why they would ask him to stop, why they would ask him to hush. Well, one, they're either too stupid to know, or two, they're too greedy to care. Now, if you were to look at a business that makes all of its money by selling the same piece of contact information over and over and over again to different people, which one would you say it is? Number one or number two? I'll leave that for you to decide. And decide you will. Are you getting this? So now for some important introductions. For those of you who don't know Alex Branning, he's the owner of Agency RM. Real cool dude. Mason VanMeter, the only dude to sell 713 life policies in 90 minutes. And we got Zordon on the team today. For those of you who remember what a good childhood was like. He recently joined our team. He stopped fighting Rita Repulsa. Now he's helping me and Alex fight the good fight, okay? So here's what you can expect today. Alex and Branning and I have put on our superhero capes to help you pivot. So we're going to show you how to not get ghosted harder than a Tinder date from your leads using my shift. We're going to give you the best outreach channel in September and beyond. Ignore this at your own peril. We're going to give you an automation stack that takes care of all the headaches for you and makes the most money out of every single lead you put into it. And a secret password other agents don't have. And oh, how the tables have turned. Now, I know some of you are going to hear all of that and say, well, why would I even try, Mason, if we're just going to get cooked by this update? What if I'm watching this in 2026 and it's a replay? It's even more important now because regulations. Alex, do you think regulations are going to get more strict or less strict?
Oh, they're going to get harder and harder on us.
Harder and harder. But first, you should know this is in your best interest because most people prefer a text anyways. Now, I know my grandpa, he's 60 and he says he doesn't even know how to work his jitterbug when someone texts him. So he just wants to be called. But guess what? You're not your grandparents. We have new people who grew up on an iPhone. There's 3-year-olds who work technology better than their smart parents, okay? So that's why this is in your best interest. Now type 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of me or Alex Branning before. Just type in the chat. I'm curious how many new people we have here today. All right, we got some one. Awesome. Well, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Mason VanMeter, and I became an agent at the beginning of COVID. I've gone on to write and publish 3 of my own books, one hitting bestseller recently within 48 hours of launch. So give myself a pat on the back for that. I've sold 713 policies in a 90-minute presentation, and I've been able to make some really great friendships. And deep down, I believe insurance salespeople are some of the finest people on this planet. And while I've got great results for myself, here's what I'm most proud of right here. And before we go any further, before you see what miracle I pulled off, I just have to give you this. For the record, and for the lawyers, bots, and anyone who's watching, you should absolutely not listen to anything I'm saying. In fact, you shouldn't even be here. Any testimonials shown on the result are a quantum coincidence, planetary alignment, and possibly a glitch in the matrix. Your results may vary, especially if you don't do anything except complain about the weather and refresh your inbox for new leads that never show up. Don't take financial advice from strangers on the internet. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't eat the yellow snow. If you follow these systems, your result will depend on effort, timing, and whether Mercury is in retrograde. If you do nothing, you will get exactly what you deserve. Nothing. By remaining on this webinar, you acknowledge that Mason and Alex are not responsible for your results, your lack of results, your hurt feelings, or your sudden urge to finally call your mother. I am not a real person, actually. I am clearly an AI wearing a Mason VanMeter mask who identifies as a younger insurance agent / tortured poet. Please do not approach me in public. I will not respond. Now let's get to the part the lawyers won't let me promise you. No promises, no magic pills, no Nigerian princes. But if you show up, apply what you learn, and resist the urge to binge Netflix instead, you'll probably get more out of this use of your time than the last thing you signed up for. Legal's happy, my mom's happy. Let's keep it moving. Now, being able to help other agents do things like this, within 7 months of me working with me, Wes was able to earn $642,000, $313.78 in commissions. That's not submitted premium. We don't care about that. This was money actually put into his bank. He will cross 7 figures before the end. Now, before I was helping agents do that and myself do that, I was selling to anybody who had a pulse, at least trying to. You see, when I first got insurance, everyone around me said I was crazy. Mason, you're too smart for that. But what they really meant was, dude, you're from Kentucky. You're too stupid to think you can pull that off. You'll never make it. Stick with a job. Play it safe. But I was stubborn and honestly maybe a little desperate to prove them wrong. How many of you understand what I'm saying? So I started anyways. And every week I'd show up at people's houses, rain or shine, or snow in Kentucky, hot sun beating down, or the kind of weather that bites through your jacket. And I was out there grinding. Sometimes the people I cared about the most, the ones I was trying to help the most, wouldn't even invite me in. They'd keep me standing on the porch, sweating, shivering, feeling like a fool. One of my friends even invited me to talk to him about life insurance. When I got there, this dude was staring at me through the blinds and just left me out there, never let me in. If you guessed, that friendship ended that day, but I kept going. Every no felt personal. Every door that closed made me want to quit, but I didn't. And a year later, something happened I'll never forget. I won a contest, an all expenses paid trip to Costa Rica +1. And suddenly the same people who laughed at me, doubted me, told me to quit, were the ones asking, did you really make that work? Are you hiring now? And before I left, I was at the airport and I invited everyone to come see me off. My friends, my family, the people who called me an idiot, the co-workers at my mechanic job who said I'd be back begging for my job back, the family who thought I was wasting time. They all showed up expecting what? Maybe to see me fall on my face? Instead, I looked at them, smiled, and as I boarded the plane to a place they couldn't afford, I gave them all the finger, and their jaws just dropped. And that for me was a very big moment in my life, because for once I didn't have to say the word. I let my results speak for me, and that's the thing about betting on yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your life becomes the proof. And if you're sitting here now wondering, Mason, Alex, do you guys really believe that I can do this? You wouldn't be here if deep down you didn't already know that you had it in you. And that's the glory of God that he gives to his children. So for those of you who don't know who I am, that's just to show you what's at stake for you. It's your dreams. March 9th of 2025 is the day all my dreams came true. I had spent the last 5 years working on building a business that I forgot what I had been building it for. And just to look at how beautiful this is. I wanted to do this ever since I was a kid. Now maybe you don't want to see the Northern Lights, but I'm telling you, whatever it is you do want to see, this industry can make it possible for you. Okay? So let's get into the tactics, which I know all of you are here. Mason, just give me a script or a checklist. Let me just go ahead and give it to you. So we all know what we think leads to what we do, sometimes whether we like it or not. And I'm telling you, if most agents are believing this and getting these results, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's your decision and only you can make it. Do you want to follow the old way of thinking that gets most agents what they get, or do you want to do the new way and get what most agents want but will never have? And here's the great news. Because of how many agents there are and the echo chambers they stay in, they're never going to even attempt this until it's too late and aren't going to be able to catch up with you because you got an early start. So finally, you're early, maybe for the first time in your life. You see, don't you see, most agents are going to keep spending all their time with bad leads from lead vendors, people who didn't request this. Let those other agents deal with those headaches that are so big, even if you own the biggest Tylenol factory in the world, it wouldn't get rid of it. all while you people talk to people who really want insurance, okay? So say goodbye to the tire kickers. When you start doing this, you take all the good clients, the people who haven't had their phones blown up, while the rest of the agents deal with all the tire kickers, ones like Facebook Marketplace. You guys ever sold anything on there? Let them have all those clients, all right? So when I realized by following the new way and not the old way, I started getting the results. I started feeling proud of what I was doing. I started to feel like I actually accomplished what I said I was going to do. And the people who used to doubt me the most and say the most cruelest of things were not asking if I was hiring. And I'm telling you, when you start making progress, people start treating you with respect because you inspire them. You help them see past the reasons not to do business with you because you show you're someone who's trustworthy. You can get things done. You can start believing in yourself again with this. Now, your conversations must position you as the only way to solve your problems, okay? The client either solves it through you or they live with their problem forever. That's the paradigm shift you guys need to have. It doesn't change your life one bit if your customers keep their problem. And once you do that, now you set the stage. You've hooked them in, you've interested them. Now it's time for what I call the shift, okay? This is one of the greatest tools I could possibly teach you. The shift is the number one thing you do that separates you from all your competitors. The shift is what allows my clients to get better results than anyone else. The shift, oh my God, you can hook, you can pain and gain, you can do a lot of marketing tricks on media. But with the shift, this allows you to uniquely do some things. And what is the shift? Well, let me show you with the 10-80-10 rule, and it goes like this. 10% of your market will never buy no matter what. They should buy, they have the means to buy, they have the ability to buy. Buying would be the better choice from you, but they don't. It's just one of those things. The sun rises in the east, it sets in the west, and these people still don't buy a policy. And you think, well, Mason, I'll sell them or I'll die trying. Well, if that's your mantra, you might as well start planning your own funeral, okay? We ignore this part of the market. We don't care about them. Now, on the other side, there's 10% who will buy with the least amount of effort. You could screw up the pitch. You could have a weak policy. You could do more wrong than right, and these people will not buy because of you. They will buy in spite of you. This is your dying of thirst crowd. This is what I want you using, what we show you today, so you can reach the 10% of the audience, those dying of thirst. There's a lot of money to be made over here. Yet the biggest chunk of money by far is in the 80%. These are those that could go either way, okay? They will say yes, but only under the right circumstances, all right? If you provide those circumstances, and the better you do, the more profits you can capture. And this is how you set sales records and you become a hero to your customers. Is this making sense so far? Let me know if I'm going over anyone's head. Okay, perfect. You're all smart people. This is how I ended up winning every trip my agency ever did, were weeks. This is week to date, not month to date, not year to date. This is what my production would look like. Second place wasn't even halfway. Now, all those other agents across the company had their roadmap, their PDFs, their texting campaigns, their leads. They all had fancy videos from the founder of the company, all this jazz, all that stuff you're supposed to do. And all the thousands of agents in the company were using Sales Funnel, the IMO's materials in their leads, but they were limited to that one position. So I decided to go a different route. I didn't use the company's stuff. I didn't use their software, their tools, their scripts, their lead. Guys, I'm giving you a sales script today that's going to change the game for you. On average, 100% close rate. Yes, 100%. I didn't use a single strategy, tactic, or any conversion element that company created, that every other agent used, and I bypassed all of those so I could use this shift. And here's something you have to understand about your audience. Prospects are promiscuous. They're on 158 different email lists. They listen to 73 different podcast subjects. They're subscribed to 47 different YouTube channels about it, and they're actively looking for another channel to subscribe to at this very moment. Some of you may be on YouTube right now. So during a competition like this, when I'm competing against thousands of very smart and capable agents, here's what I knew and here's what I understood. The audience I was reaching was the same audience a lot of you are reaching. We weren't talking to different people. So the better results would come from saying something different to this audience that they weren't hearing from someone else. And that's what I discovered, the $1 million question, and it changed my life forever. Are you ready for the question? Write this down. What isn't this audience hearing that if they did would cause them to buy? I mean, my thinking behind this was simple. They keep opening and reading emails. They keep watching the videos. They keep consuming the free training. Clearly, they're looking for a reason to buy. They just haven't got it yet. So what aren't they hearing that if they did would cause them to buy? And you see, my competition was actually doing me a favor. And in order to understand this, let's talk American football. Any of you watch football in here? Let me know in the chat. The field, let me know if I'm wrong, is 100 yards long. And the ball gets kicked from one side of the field all the way to the other. And your goal is to take that ball and get it back to the other side of the opponent's end zone. Now, if you get in the end zone, you score points. Yay, give yourself a pat on the back. So here's what you do. You run plays with the hopes that each play moves you closer and closer to the end zone, just like sales. Now, what happens, Alex, or someone who walks football? Can anyone tell me what happens if you get the ball all the way down on the field and you're 1 yard away from the touchdown and the time runs out? Do you get most of the points? Do you get some of the points? Or do you get none of the points? Like what is it? Let me know in the chat. You get exactly 0 points, and it's like this in business. A deal that's 99% closed is worth exactly $0. So what your competition does, they all use the same technique. They all use the same leads. They say the same things on the same scripts with slightly different words. The same rapport building strategies of matching and mirroring. Third grade stuff, guys. And they get some of the 10% who would buy anyway simply because they reached them first. And they give credit to themselves when in all reality, they brought water to someone who was dying of thirst. It's not a very hard sale. 10% never buy, 10% almost always buys. But what about the 80%, Mason? Well, your competition helps those prospects move closer to yes with each sales play they run, like bringing the ball down the field, yet they don't close the deal. So when you reach these same customers, they're already 95% closed. You just have to walk them through the end zone, push them over the edge. And even though you do 5% of the work, you move the customer about 1 yard, you get 100% of the points and the profits. Are you cool with that? Doing 1% of the work and collecting all the profits? Yes. Say yes in the chat if you're cool with that. Does that excite you? If it does, listen very closely to what I'm about to say. Very important for you to understand human nature in this business, whether you like it or not. The one thing that stops someone from buying more than anything else is the limit they place upon themselves. You see, if someone sees themselves as a failure, until you remove that limit, that brick wall, you'll never sell them on being a success. And the reality is they can achieve the result that the product will show them how to get. Yet until you believe that you can achieve the result, it doesn't matter how good the offer is. They're not buying. So if they've had a problem and tried 99 times to solve it and failed, then it makes sense they have this limit because their only experience is failure. You're saying, Mason, how can this time be different? I've tried everything. So you have to understand how to help them understand how this time will be different. You have to shatter their limiting beliefs so thoroughly, they'll feel stupid to even attempt to use their old excuses. So you know what they do? They just buy from you instead. And of the many shifts I could share with you, I have one for this training that I'm going to show you that I think best illustrates the power of the shift. And it's called, write this down, small results sooner over large results later. Me and Alex wants to get you small results today that compound into big results later. How can a small hinge swing a big door? Okay? And by far, one of the most successful webinars I've ever ran, where I made $175,000 in a matter of 90 minutes off of 60 people, was about being a better parent today. Now, you see, not everyone has experience to really costly funerals and huge expenses death leaves behind. Not everyone has experienced hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in life insurance. Yet everyone's experienced tens of dollars. People get that. And we all know that the longer time it takes, the more chances of things going wrong increase. And so the goal is to reduce the time frame to the result, and the excuse goes away before they'll give up, before they get to the end. They don't believe they can get the big result yet, but everyone believes they can get a small yet meaningful result. Right? Do you all believe you're capable of going out and getting a policy in the next 24 hours? Go talk to 10 people. It's kind of impossible not to. 10 people, they're all going to die one day. So short time frame, yes. Long time frame, no. All right? They believe they can hang in for a short time, but not a long time. How many of you feel like you're kind of just hanging on and you can't afford to go a long time? So repeating a small result leads to a large result anyways. This is high level stuff, very powerful, okay? It's principle based. And the shift is from big to small, from long to short. And if you do that shift, oh my, that shift. You take all the people that other people almost got sold and you collect all the money. For example, On this webinar, look at this headline. At the heart of it is a small result. Every single agent who showed up to that could see themselves doing that after the webinar was over. And now you can get advanced. On one side, I'm showing you what's possible. What I want you to focus on are the smaller results that are more within your reach. And guess what happens when I say that? Part of you are saying, screw you, Mason, I'm going big. And you'll buy in disagreement with me. The other part says, Mason, you know what? That kind of makes sense. I can see myself doing that. And they buy because they agree with you, yet agree or disagree, because I controlled the frame, the end result is the same. And what is that? Buyers. And that's the power of the shift. Okay? Using the shift in less than 6 weeks, Justin went from 5K a month to 15K a month. He tripled his income. And often the shift that works the best isn't a knowledge shift. How many of you know what you need to do already? For whatever reason, you're not doing it. So what is it? It's a shift in circumstances. Today's the shift in circumstances for you all. That's the most powerful. Out of all my shifts that I teach, this is the most powerful, and here it is. Don't change the person, change the circumstances around the person, and you can think of it like poker. How many of you have played poker before? Let me know in the chat. A lot of you. So what is poker? Well, you can try to make more money by learning to play. You can learn to bluff. You can count the odds, right? Am I wrong or am I right? I'm right. Okay, just making sure. Or you can just find tables with really bad poker players that bet large amounts of money and don't care if they lose. How many of you would want to go play poker at that table? That's what we're going to show you how to do today, okay? Are you going to be mad at Alex and I if we show you how to do that? Say, Mason, why the hell would I be mad at you guys? It's a good question. So getting better is changing the person. That is hard. That is terribly hard to change people. Finding the tables to play at is changing the circumstances. It's way easier. Now write this down. How do we require as little change on the audience as possible to solve their problem? If you do this, you'll get more buyers than you ever thought. Are you up for that? I'm doing that right now for you. I have all these tools you can forklift and take right into your business. Let's meet customers. Let's meet you guys where you are at. So all of your customers with this iOS stuff, they prefer text messages anyways. All right? Now, we're going to get a little creative, but Mason, people aren't interested in buying insurance with today's economy. I mean, eggs are $1,000, a bag of chips, $7. Interesting. Let's imagine that 20 of your ideal customers are walking through the jungle. Just close your eyes and picture this. They're all facing the same problem, that when they die, they leave behind a bunch of debt, like hundreds of thousands, for their family that they claim to love, and they come across a genie lamp. And the genie shows them every bad thing that's going to happen to their family. They're going to be homeless. They're going to be eating each other. I don't know. Maybe it's like the Donner Party, if you know anything about that from school. And one of them, they take the genie lamp and they blow the smoke off of it, and the insurance genie pops. Alex Branning pops out of the genie tube. Now this genie is unique. Alex says, I can only make one wish come true for you, and it's to the highest bidder. How much do you think people would bid to have a wish come true like that? How much do you think they would bid? Just type your number in the chat. How much would you bid if a genie came out and granted you any wish? How much would you pay for that? Probably a lot, right? I'm seeing 10 million, 20, okay. So how much, just type your answer in the chat. If you're watching this, just think of how much it would be worth to your customers to solve this problem forever. The one that haunts them the most, how high would the bid get? I see 50,000, 70,000, a million. Interesting. What's the point? People will pay money to get rid of problems. Just like overweight people pay for liposuction. Just like people with a broken bone will happily pay to get out of pain in an ER visit. If you have the worst toothache ever, you're happy to pay a dentist to fix it. The one thing I hate is paying the IRS. They did nothing for my money. They just sit there every time I pass go on the Monopoly board. I make a sale and have to give them half of it once a year. That's like me giving overrides to an upline who's never there to help me. That's old way thinking. But guys, people are going to continue spending money as long as the United States government keeps printing it. Then the IRS takes it, gives refunds to people, and money moves away to people who don't deserve it. And the money's everywhere, okay? Money's everywhere. So what would it be worth to your audience to get rid of their most painful problem? What would it be worth for you? Now, some of you are going to say, before Alex goes on here in a couple minutes, what about TCPA compliance, Mason? Well, for one, Alex already has you covered on that when you're texting leads. That doesn't apply to what I'm about to show you because we're not dialing or using the telephones. We're striking conversations with people on social media. Use Facebook or Instagram. It doesn't require compliance. That's it. So while other agents have to deal with the lead stuff or face being sued, we can let them deal with all that headache while we're smooth sailing in the DMs of our dream customers, just having conversations. How many of you are ready to see the rule of 100? I'm going to show you how to get 5 to 10 sales calls booked every single day and make 1 to 3 sales. Just let me know in the chat if you want that. If not, I can completely skip over it. I don't care. We can just oh, you do want, okay, gotcha. Now, whatever you do, wouldn't you agree with me that you must put in some time and some money if you're looking to get financial freedom and unlimited wealth in return? And the answer to that is, duh, of course you do. It's just that the time and the money you'd invest in your education with me and Alex is a drop in the bucket compared to all the other options and alternatives you have to get that freedom and to get that wealth that you're looking for. So here's what you just learned. While the shift enables you to do what other agents are going to be able to do in September and forward after iOS 26 goes out. And the people in the future, if you're watching this replay in 2026, 2030, 3000, when I'm no longer here, be honest, will be even more important and how the circumstances have shifted for you. Let's go into this. Now, before I give you the password, how many of you got the email that gave you a password protected document? Did any of you receive that? Let me know in the chat. Okay, y'all are. If not, I'll send that back out after this. So what is this? The rule of 100. The goal is to generate 1 to 3 life insurance sales daily by sending 100 outbound messages using the rule of 100. This strategy builds trust, it creates pain, and invites prospects into conversations that convert. So here are your daily KPIs. Say 100 outbound DMs, 20 per hour max. You get 20 to 30 responses, you get 5 to 10 book sales calls, and you close 1 to 3 sales. Can anyone tell me how long it takes you to copy and paste 20 messages and change out a name? Can anyone tell me that? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Are you willing to spend 30, 40 minutes a day to get 1 to 3 sales? Because that's what I'm about to show you. So here's how we do this. This is my first gift to you. So first, we're going to send a personalized intro. You make it human, you make it specific, you send it irrelevant. You say, hey, Sarah, I saw your post about your husky. Mine acts like a crime victim during bath time too. Someone with a husky is going to get that, okay? Number 2, you build rapport, you establish common ground. And then you can start saying, awesome, Sarah, what do you do for work? And then you tie their answer to a potential vulnerability. You create a problem, okay, that makes your product necessary. So, Sarah, if something happened and you couldn't work, what would you do for your huskies? Who would brush them? Who's going to feed them all their snacks? Who would take care of your family's income? We're building a need. Now you introduce pain/risk. You frame a hypothetical loss. Have you ever thought about what would happen if you seriously got hurt or sick? I mean, like I said, Mason, who's going to feed your huskies if you do? Now we go to number 4. You present the possibility. You introduce the solution without saying, do not call it life insurance, guys. No one buys it. Life insurance is never bought. It is sold. Okay? That went over some of you's head, but that's okay. You're all smart. You'll see what I mean later. So, Alex, did you know there's actually programs out there that replace your income tax-free if agent CRM breaks his leg? He's like, no, Mason, tell me more. Okay? Then you ask permission to help. Say, Alex, I've got a few suggestions you could try. You're a smart person. I'm sure you've thought of it, but I just ask before sharing. Is it cool if I send them? And he says, sure. I make it his idea. Okay? Now, number 6, we book the call casually. Now, Alex, listen, this would take 11,000 years for me to type out. But if we both have a free moment this week, are you free to hop on a quick call? Alex, does that sound high pressure? No, not at all. Number 7, now we overcome objections lightly. If he asks about cost, listen, I don't even know if you need this or not. Most people don't. Let's find out together. You remember when you were in kindergarten, you just grabbed the kid closest to you, like, come on, we're going to go play on the slides. That's what you have to make this like, okay? When you're DMing people, I'll give you the secret to this here in a second. Number 8, scheduling instructions. You give 2 time slots or send a link with, grab a time that works for you and let me know once you've booked. People will do what you tell them to do. Every time I've asked you to type in the chat, go look in it. You've typed in it, okay? And it's for you. The more you engage, the more you get out of it. So yes, it's actually good for both of us. Now, and you follow up. You wait 20 to 30 minutes. If no reply, you say, hey, didn't see it come through. Everything good on your end? And here's my secret code. I send a meme of those bones from SpongeBob saying, I've been waiting 84 years. Every time it gets people to laugh and message me back or book the call. Okay? That's very simple. When I send out the replay, you'll be able to watch this, and I'll send you guys the whole SOP. But here's the messaging angles. You can use this for disability protection, GoFundMe's, rate hikes, business owner succession planning, Keyman Insurance, a new baby, a divorce, retirement income, tax avoidance, side chicks, they stub their toe. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything has them. Oh, when your wife finds out about so-and-so, they're going to need an insurance policy because you're going to kill her. All right, so just listen, okay? And avoid copying and pasting the same message over and over again. You have to change the name. This is how you personalize it, or Facebook will block you. Don't be vague or salesy up front. And here's the thing. If you're using LOL or LMAO as a man, sending messages out to people, people are going to look at you a bit weird. Trust me, I've done it. I've sent thousands of these. Don't DM people past 8 o'clock. That "are you up" text at 1 a.m. is not going to sell you any insurance policies, okay, guys? Don't do it. I see y'all laughing. I'm telling you, don't do it. And don't ask people for a quote. Don't ask them to take their clothes off on the first date, okay? Here's what you just learned. You just learned how to send 100 non-spammy messages a day, to how to book 5 to 10 appointments a day, to get 1 to 3 sales daily. And you're saying, Mason, if I make 1 sale a day for the next, let's say I take 2 weeks off, there's 350 days after that. If you guys made a sale every day for the next 350 days, how much money would you earn? Hey, Alex, just total curiosity. If you did 3 sales a day for the next year, how much money would you possibly make?
Oh, easy over 6 figures.
Multiple 6 figures, guys. So what are you going to do with all the money Alex and I just helped you earn? And now I have something super exciting for you that I was not going to share. How many of you guys would like to learn the super duper secret closing techniques I use on webinars I've already used with you that you have no clue? How many of you would want to see the actual techniques I use to sell so much expensive stuff on these mass market presentations? Would it be cool if I shared that with you? If not, I can keep this totally to myself and keep only working with agency owners who throw tens of thousands at me to make it happen. Do y'all want to learn that? If not, I'm happy to just pass it over to Alex. His sections. Oh, you actually want it? Are you sure? Okay, y'all are. Okay, I'll give it to you. You asked for it. So here's the bonus, overcoming objections. How many of you have ever heard this? I have to talk to my husband or wife about it, Mason. Alex, have you ever heard this? I like Agent CRM, but the $97, man, I just got to run it by the wife. You see, guys, people are always seeking permission from the wife, the husband, the mailman, the dog, the tooth fairy, the next door neighbor who's just as broke as they are. They're always going to find someone they have to get permission from. So what you have to do is this. You must empower people. I don't believe any of you should go out there and convince anybody. You should empower them to make smart decisions. People don't get on sales calls. People don't come on webinars like this because they don't want to learn or they don't want to sign up for XYZ, right? So I told the customers this story, and this happened not too long ago. I was at the gym getting a solid workout in. I was lifting, doing some cardio, the whole routine. I mean, I'm there pretty often. If you guys see, I guess I'm a bit of a fitness addict. Anyways, I'm mid-set, and this guy I've never talked to before comes up to me and says, "Man, you must not be married." And I kind of laughed and said, like, "Actually, I am married. Why would you say that?" And he goes, "Your wife lets you spend this much time at the gym?" I just smiled. Lets me? What am I, in the 3rd grade? Let me help you understand how we do things in my house, bro. We don't do permission. My wife doesn't give me permission. I don't give her permission. We're both grown. If my wife wants to start a business tomorrow, she doesn't need my permission. She tells me her plan, said, "Baby, show me the new LLC after you get it." All the ladies will love that one. Can I get a witness? Let me know all the girls in the chat support that. So the reason I use that, well, first of all, it's true. My wife doesn't ask me for permission to buy anything. I don't ask for her permission. That's not how we do it in her house. It's insane. People get married and now the woman has a new dad and the dude has a new mom. Like, what? That's not marriage. Your life's going to get better off when you stop giving permission to your spouse and you stop seeking permission from your spouse. Your marriage is going to be better off because your spouse is not going to resent you when you tell them no, and you're not going to resent them when they tell you no. Because y'all will celebrate the fact that each other of you are adults. And people ask me, "Mason, you really don't fight over that stuff?" No, because I don't live in a house of permission slips. We live in a house of grown-up decisions. No power plays, no guilt trips, just 2 adults who chose each other and keep choosing each other without the cages. I'm not my wife's son, and she's not her husband's daughter. She's not my mama, and I'm not her daddy. I mean, I kind of, but anyway, that's outside the scope of this webinar, okay? Some of you are laughing. You shouldn't be. She's laughing too. She's right here next to me giving me the stink eye. So I love you. That's how you overcome that objection, is you tell a story of when you didn't have to ask for permission. Do you guys like that one? Is that cool or what? Now, how many of you ever heard this? I can't, show me in the chat, how many of you ever heard I can't afford it? Do you want to know how to overcome it? Well, here's the thing, you don't let it fester. You can't wait until your audience says I can't afford it, because if you try to overcome it then, it feels like arguing. So here's the secret to overcome this early. And I probably shouldn't tell you this because I'm really giving you the keys to the castle here. Screw it, I'll do it anyways. So one of the best ways, this is not going to be included in the webinar, I'm doing it now. One of the best ways to teach people something that's going to immediately help you and cost them money is to teach them how it's going to immediately help them and make them money. Did y'all pick up what I just said, or am I talking a little too fast? So instead of me saying, don't tell me you can't afford it, I say, how many of you have ever heard I can't afford it? Wave at me and say hi. If you're on camera, wave at me and say hi if you've ever heard I can't afford it. Wave at me, I see you, you're my people. How many of you would like to never hear that again? Say me, say me. Okay, so here's what you do. And I get it, there's only 2 of you who don't want to get that anymore, I get it, okay. So here's what you do. I'm going to teach you how to not deal with I can't afford it anymore. So here's how it works. Understand that when you talk to people and they say I can't afford it, it never means they don't have the money. Here's what it really means. I'm going to translate I can't afford it into a language you can understand. Here it is. This is not important enough for me to figure out. I mean, think about it. How many of you have ever seen something you wanted, but you didn't have the money for, and you figured it out? Wave at me or type I in the chat. Wave at me if you've ever had something and you had to come up with money to afford it. We've seen a house. We've seen a car. We've seen a pair of shoes. We've seen a vacation. We've seen something we wanted to buy, didn't have the money for it, but what did we do? We figured it out. Because we know that everything is figure-outable. Yes, I made that word up. But when it doesn't mean enough to us, we don't figure it out. So understand that when your clients or potential customers say to you, I can't afford it, what they're saying is, this isn't important enough for me to figure out. Now here's what you've got to do after they say that. You have to figure out what in your presentation, whose presentation, say mine, tap yourself on the chest, say mine. You have to figure out what in your presentation made them come to the conclusion that it's not important enough for them to figure out, and then fix that. And that's when I can't afford it doesn't come up anymore. Does that make sense to everyone? Say I in the chat. Type yes in the chat. Was that a bomb that is that Brad Lee's catchphrase, dropping bombs? That a bomb has just dropped, okay? So watch what happens. If I pre-frame that new belief, see, none of you were born believing anything. How much did you know as a baby? Nada. So we think, well, this is what they believe though, Mason. I can't just tell them they don't believe that. They weren't born believing that. They adopted it from somewhere. Mama, daddy, their grandmas. How's mommy and daddy doing? What you can do is give them a new belief that serves them at a higher level, and they'll adopt that in that moment. That's how I overcome I can't afford it before I ever hear I can't afford it. So people, when they come to me, they don't tell me that they can't afford it, even if they want to say it, even if they don't have the money, even if it's not important enough for them to figure it out. They don't say either one of those. I had a lady come to me recently. She said, Mason, I've been following you for 3.5 years on YouTube, and I decided to buy your high ticket program. This is back when it was $16,000. She had been following me for 4 years almost before she bought anything. And the first thing she decides to buy is $16,000. So sometimes it's not important enough for me to figure it out yet. If you're really good, the last word in that sentence will be yet. Now, I have something super exciting for you, a special guest, okay? Now here is my good friend Alex Branning, the owner of Agent CRM. If you guys don't know the type of character, let me just tell you guys this. I see a lot of people, myself included, who have had go high level white label stuff. And I did that only for my coaching clients, and I shut all that down. But the conversations I've had with agency owners who've white labeled it, do you know what their number one priority is? Let's turn up rebilling all the way so they only get 10 messages for $10. And when I met Alex Branning at Joe Campert's party that I was invited, how many of you know it's nice to be invited to parties and you're the cool kid? Well, I was the cool kid who got invited to the party with other cool kids. Kind of like when you were at Thanksgiving, you said, go sit at the kiddie table. I got invited to the adults table where all the good food is. And Alex Branning was just talking about how he can make you guys' lives better. What a selfless human. So he's the owner of Agent CRM, who's going to walk you guys through some amazing stuff to help you get more efficient with your time, make you the most amount of money possible per lead. Would any of you be mad if he showed you guys that? Just let me know in the chat if you want him to come out here, or if you just, oh, you do? Okay, well, Branning is going to give you guys some really cool stuff for the community. And here's what he did. He helped John Wetmore. He helped David Duford. And he even helped one of my really good friends, Cody Askins. So he's worked with some really cool people. He's going to show you guys. Alex, just show them how to revive dead leads. I'm not going to steal your thunder. Show them how to revive dead leads.
Yeah, so I'm going to show two automations real quick, and then I'm going to give a 60-second tour. My goal for this is to inspire you guys. If you have Agent CRM or another Go High Level version, can you put Agent CRM or Go High Level in the chat? My goal is to give you guys an idea of what to do right after we're done with this conversation. So the first thing I want to show you is really the workflow that made me famous in the insurance industry. It was my highest performing workflow that I've ever released. And when I show you this, you guys are going to roll your eyes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how few of us actually take the time to send out messages to people who have been sitting in our database. I don't know about you guys, but for me, we have, close to 3,000 sub accounts. That's a lot of users that we're serving and supporting. But the amount of insurance agents that we have in our list is almost 100,000. So there's more people that are not working with us in our database than the people that are working with us. So we have a lot of old leads. Now, how do we get those leads back into the conversation with us? We have to market to them, which sounds like a no-does statement, but so many of us just put those old leads to the side. So now we have to think, okay, what am I going to do to bring those new leads back into the conversation? I'm going to show you the way to start the conversation and then the way to keep it going. So the first thing I have is my Resurrect Past Leads campaign, which is as simple as sending a text and email with high urgency. Now, it is a very simple workflow. There's no, oh my gosh, this is groundbreaking type of thing here. We're reaching out to them with a personalized message saying we have been reviewing their file and wanted to reconnect on a quick call because I can improve your coverage and save you money. Can we talk today? So we're giving them two really good reasons to reach out, improve your coverage, save you money, and then we're giving them urgency of can I talk today? So in Agent CRM, we have an Agent AI bot. So if they respond yes, Agent AI reads who the text message came from, sees if they want to talk to you today, and then they will do their very best to schedule an appointment. This is all using natural human language. There's an email that goes through the same thing, but where this really comes into play, for those of you that have Go High Level, you'll see what I'm talking about here. Right after we send out these messages, we want to add them to a workflow. Now, inside of Agent CRM, we have what we call the Branning bundles. This is the industry standard for insurance automations. We've automated and systemized the entire customer journey from start to finish. Included in every single Branning bundle is a forever email sequence. We send an email a month for 12 months, and then we start back over again. So they're always going to be hearing from you no matter what. And in here, I have the ACA. So assuming that you sell health insurance, you can simply drop them into the lead nurture sequence after the text and email is sent out. Now, these old leads, they got an urgent message from you saying, hey, we got to talk as soon as possible. I reviewed your file. I think I can save you some money or get you some better coverage. And then you start sending them an email once a month forever. Doing this one thing, if this was all that you guys did inside of Agent CRM, is load up your database and send a Revive Dead Leads text email and add them to this workflow. If that's all that you did, you're going to get people who had dropped off to reach back out to you to reach out to get on a call. They're going to respond. Some will respond right away. It's the 10-80-10 rule. 10% of the people who you tell them you're going to help them save money or improve their coverage, they will never reach out to you no matter what. 10% of the people that respond to that get that message will reach out to you so fast your phone's going to ring. I talked to someone at 8%. Mason, he said he sent this out to his list of about 3,000 dead leads. He said, Alex, my phone was ringing for 6 hours straight. He made the mistake of sending this text out around 3 o'clock his time. He was on the phone helping clients until 10 p.m. that night, getting them new policies. Why? Because they were thirsty and he wasn't reaching out to them. They were wanting someone to reach out and help out, but they had not heard from him in too long. And so when he did this simple campaign, then it blew up, gave him a ton of business. And then he added them to the workflow. And he's like, this is one of the most profitable campaigns I've ever run. Does this look complicated? It's not a complicated workflow, right? It's a relatively simple workflow. Now, there's one other workflow that I want to share with you guys, and then I'll turn it back over to Mason.
Yeah,
Again,
while you're getting that workflow up, I want you guys, this is a well-needed interruption. Why I spend so much time building an email list, it's the greatest asset you can have. All of you have heard of Russell Brunson, right? He's one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our time. About 80% of his stuff came from Dan Kennedy. 80% of Dan Kennedy's stuff came from Gary Halbert. 80% of Gary Halbert's stuff came from Bobby and Kennedy, salesmanship. Ignore the history of copywriting. It's just, you should on average make more than $1 per email per month. So think, how fast can I get to 100,000 emails? What a concept, guys. If you think emails are dead, by the way, I have people emailing me every single, Mason, I haven't got an email from you. It's like, hang on. Before you try to give me money, hang on. Like, slow your roll. I'll have people, this is the best episode ever. I've spent 2 hours on the toilet reading your new parallel welcome. Like, hold up, man. A little too, like, sometimes it gets too personal, but guys, $1 per email per month. Go build your list. It's the greatest asset you can own. When Facebook shuts down for a day, I can send an email whenever I want and print money. So listen. Now, what's the next workflow you're going to show them? Is it how to get saved as a contact?
this is the iOS 26 hack. Now, Tim Cook and Apple, they are at war with insurance agents and other small business owners right now. The reason why is because people are responding to Apple and saying, Apple, we are sick and tired of our personal space being interrupted by business people who just want to sell us stuff. And so what they've done is they've come up with a really cool feature called call screening, which Mason demonstrated for you at the beginning of this webinar. If your phone number is not saved in your contact's phone, then you will talk to Siri before you ever talk to that prospect. And if you get interrupted by Siri, one of the things that I saw in some of the screenshots, there is a big bright red button that says send a voicemail. Boop, right next to that call screening. There is a teeny tiny green button that says slide to answer, where you slide to answer. By default, they are assuming that the person receiving your call from an unrecognized contact will hit that big red button and send it to voicemail. Now, how do you get around that? Well, we've been diving into the Apple docs around iOS 26, and there was one phrase in there that stood out where I said, there it is. That's the roadmap that Apple's giving us to get around this. It's the word recognized contact. If you are a recognized contact in the person's phone, then the phone will ring every single time that you talk to them. Now, recognized contact means that you are saved in their phone. It does not mean they've done business with you. It does not mean that they have responded to a text message you sent. It does not mean that they have talked to you on the phone before. It means you are saved in their phone as a contact. That is the only way that you are a recognized contact. So then the nerd in me goes, all right, how do I make sure that every single one of my agent CRM users, when they call their Facebook leads, when they call the people that sign up for their webinars, when they call their direct mail leads, how do I do my part to get the phone to ring? And so we came up with a very simple workflow called the send contact card. Now, for those of you who don't know, Agent CRM is now bilingual. We have everything that is written out in English and Spanish. So you can see that here. So again, this workflow is not groundbreaking. The simplicity of it makes it powerful. There is a tool that we created called the VCF card maker, which is free here, vcf.agentcrm.com. It just creates your contact card for you. You download it on your computer, and then you're going to open up the send contact card workflow, and you're going to attach it so that every single one of these text messages that goes out and every single one of these emails that goes out has the VCF card attached to it as a file. When you receive that as a text message, it's going to have the text, "Hey, contact name, my number has changed. I'm sending you my new contact card. Go ahead and save it so you've got the right info." And it's going to, underneath it, have your contact card. So now they can easily just click a button, save, and now you're a recognized contact. Here's one of the fun parts, though, that Apple's doing. When they receive that contact card, even if they don't save it, Mason, it is saved in the temporary storage of the phone. And even before they hit save, it is temporarily seen as a recognized contact. Now, I don't know how long that loophole is going to be there. They could close that in the next iOS 26 public release. But as of right now, even if they just receive your contact card for that short window of time that it sits in the temporary storage, you are a recognized contact, which means when you call them, your name will pop up on their phone saying, "Alex Branning is calling you." My face will show up because my profile's in that contact card, and it looks like I am your friend calling you on the phone. You have a much higher chance of getting your phone call picked up if the phone rings. Yes? No duh, right? If you go to the call screening feature and there's that big fat red button that says ignore, and they see you, "Hey, I'm calling about your insurance," your contact rate will plummet on those calls, even for the people that you've already spoken to. So yes, Apple is at war with insurance agents, but they've given us the roadmap to play ball with them as they're rolling out these new changes. And it's a pretty simple change. Now, a lot of people are giving me flack for talking about it because they don't want people to have fear around calling these leads and doing lead gen the way it's been done. They're like, "Alex, you're inciting too much fear." No, what I'm doing is I'm raising the flag and saying we need to make a change and we need to make it right now. Because if you don't make this change, it's a simple change, yes, just sending a contact card, not a big deal. But if you don't make that change, your business will suffer because the people that are reaching out to you, even those that are dying of thirst, wanting to buy insurance with their credit card out,
No, Alex, you just muted.
until you sit there and talk to Siri and give them a really good reason why you're calling. So this is a huge deal. We've made it super simple for you at Agent CRM to get the contact card in the hands of everyone. We've even made a tool to generate that contact card for you. And now you can load in your list, send the workflow, and you're off and running.
Now,
So,
Alex, my next question for you is, I know someone out there is going to hear your thing where you mentioned earlier of, should I just get my own GHL account and just go build all this myself? Let me tell you guys, for one, I've owned an agency account and I put about 100. I keep tally of stuff like this because you have to manage time, right? Time productivity. I put over 127 billable working hours into building workflows. So if your time is worth $1,000 an hour when it's selling, I just wasted $127,000 when I could have just went and got an agent CRM account. So should someone just go get their own GHL account, or like, what are they going to run into?
the
when they
only
do that?
people that should have their own GHL account are the agents that are like, "You know what? I am bound and determined to learn this entire Go High Level system on my own." And but for the rest of you, you got to have a nerd in your corner to do it for you. And that's what I want to be. I want to be the nerd in your corner. I'm going to build all this stuff out for you. Everything I just showed you is a part of Agent CRM. We're continuing to build inside of Agent CRM. We're continuing to stay on top of what's happening in the market. All we do is insurance. We live, eat, and breathe insurance. Everything that we create for y'all is compliant. And if you have a Go High Level account and you're sick and freaking tired of it, you can transfer everything you got, your number, your data, and everything, into your brand new Agent CRM account and not lose any data.
That's a no-brainer to me. So let me guys know in the chat if you understood clearly how simple and ever like actionable what Alex just said is. Just type yes in the chat or wave at me. Wave at me if you're still alive and you don't need coffee yet. I know it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Just stay with me. I promise you it'll be worth it. So next, I promised you guys all the password. It is purchase. So I'm going to send out a link here in a little bit, or if you got it in the email, go click on that. You're going to log into the document. It's purchase. There's your rule of 100 SOP. That is the exact script I use, the exact script I train agents on to go send 100 messages, get 20 to 30 responses, book 5 to 10 sales calls, make 1 to 3 sales every single day. So Alex and I have showed you a lot in the last hour. Would you guys say yes or no in the chat that this has been a good use of your time? Just type yes or no in the chat, or wave at me, my people, say aye. Like, type yes or no in the chat if this has been a good use of your time, or if you're like, man, I could have been watching Netflix. Trust me, I know The Witcher is addicting. I like that show myself. Oh, y'all said yes, it was a good use of your time. Love Island. That's funny. So would it be fair with you guys if Alex and I took a couple minutes to share something special we put together for those of you who cared enough about themselves and cared about their clients to show up and get the tools needed to make a difference in the world? Is that okay with you guys? Or are you going to be offended if I deliver on what I said earlier? Preston's like, no, man, it's totally not okay if you guys help us. He's smiling. Okay. It's always nice when you get some satire in here. So here's what you're going to get today. The Agent CRM Pipeline Power Pack. It's with great pleasure that I introduce this to you. It's the next level automation and marketing package Alex and I have specifically teamed up with to give my audience, to give you guys what you need to finally make a difference, okay? So Alex, do you mind just taking a minute or two to explain what's all included in these 3 items when they get the Pipeline Power Pack today?
Absolutely. So Agent CRM is everything that you need to run your agency, all the automations, every single what we call Branning bundle, which is insurance product specific automations and workflows that take your customer down the full journey. Then we have 3 months of Marketing Plus, which is our ad library, daily ad review sessions where we will review your Facebook and Google ads with you, as well as some really cool marketing campaigns that are click to launch. And finally, we have 3 hours of one-to-one expert help. This is 1 hour where you get on a Zoom call with a member of my team, and they help you either learn the system, use the system, or set up the system so that it is customized for you and what you need to build out. That is what we're delivering for you in this Pipeline Power Pack.
Beautiful. So there's the program for you guys today. So that means you're going to get 3 months of Agent CRM on Alex and me. It's on the house today, okay? When you get the Pipeline Power Pack. Now, me and Alex were thinking before this, what else do you guys need to be successful? So which means, listen, you guys have the Agent CRM now that you got the Pipeline Power Pack. So what else do you need? You can get the most out of your leads on autopilot for the next 3 months and all the automations to do all the busy work. You've got the nerd in your corner. What else do you need to be successful? Aha. What about, have you ever been on a sales call and wondered what to say next? How many of you have had that experience? What do I need to say to get them to buy? Okay? I'm going to give you guys the profit sales script. Now, the thing about this is I'm going to give you the 6-step sales process used by all the top producers in the industry, which means you'll always know what to say on a sales call, which means you know how to make the most out of every appointment, and you will build instant know, like, and trust. How many of you have heard me earlier when I said I had a 100% close rate on sales calls? Well, I'm under the assumption that if a customer opts in for a funnel that promises to remove a problem, would it be wrong of me to assume they're okay with paying to get rid of that problem? Or is that just too crazy of me to assume that? That to me is just kind of common sense. I don't, Alex, am I wrong for thinking that? Even Alex is saying no. So I just want to give that to you guys. It's the same script I'll walk the agent through on how to sell that $642,000 in commissions. How many of you would want that script that he walked his customers through? It's the same one. So that means you're going to get 3 months of Agent CRM on the house, and you're going to get the profit sales script, $497 value for a total value of $996. Now, which means you can focus on what's important to you. What else do you need? You get the most out of every lead. You have the sales script to walk every lead through a sales process and get them to buy at least 9 out of 10 times, because I'm assuming some of you are going to make mistakes. So just while you're learning it, okay? We'll call it a learning curve. Now, what else do you need to be successful? Aha. What about if you don't have the resources for leads or marketing and you want to make sales today? How many of you would like the in-depth training that I did for a group of people who all paid me $4,000 last year to walk them through the actual rule of 100? This is a live training boot camp that I did. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a live class I put on last year where people paid me $4,000, $4,000, 4000.00. So you got the SOP earlier as my gift to you. These are the two missing pieces. This flow chart is a part of the rule of 100 system as well. And you're also going to get the 1.5 hour masterclass, which goes in depth answering all your questions in terms of how to generate leads. In this masterclass, I walk agents through health insurance, life insurance, doesn't matter what type of insurance, what line. I'll walk you through how to find your dream customer. How many of you want more dream customers who pull their wallets out the quickest, spend the most with you, and complain the least, and you want to know exactly what to say to get them to book an appointment with you? That's what I'm going to give you with the rule of 100. Now, it's going to walk you through step-by-step how to get leads today, turn them into appointments, and using the profit sales script I just gave you and Alex just gave you, you're going to turn them into policies. When I showed this to another agent, hey, Mason, I bought everything in that rule of 100 a week ago, and out of the 7 days I've used it, I've protected 9 families. My biggest month was 6. Are you guys okay with having your biggest month this month? Would any of you be mad at me? Of course not. So here's what you're going to get when you get the Pipeline Power Pack today when you take care of it. 3 months of agent CRM on me and Alex, or Alex and I, however you want to say that, for a value of $499, a profit sales script, $497 value, the Rule of 100 workshop, massively discounted $297 value when people really did give me $4,000 for it. Total value, $1,293. What else do you need? You now have the software to get the most out of every lead. You have the sales script to walk every lead through a sales process to get them to buy 9 out of 10 times, even if you mess up. And the rule of 100 to get 5 to 10 sales calls booked a day whenever you want. What else do you need to be successful? Aha, what if you have leads that you haven't sold anything to, you never got a hold of them, and you felt like you wanted to get money with them? Alex, can you talk about the Revive Dead Leads workshop that you did?
Yeah, we dove deep into why leads go cold and how to avoid them ever going cold, what happens when they go cold and how to get them back. I wrote out multiple sales and text and emails to use. You saw me using one example in that workflow there. And then we did some role play. What happens when you call these leads? What does that look like? How do you handle those phone calls of people who haven't heard from you and may not remember you? That's all covered in the workshop. It's myself and a couple agents that dive in deep and go through all this training. A lot of text message training, a little bit of phone call training, and then how to avoid the leads going cold.
Guys, seeing other agents do what you need to do and having results with it, it's one of the greatest forms of success out there. Tony Robbins called it modeling. Go find someone who has done what you want or has what you want and just copy what they did to get it, okay? So that means when you get the Pipeline Power Pack today, you're going to get 3 months of agent CRM as a courtesy of Alex Branning and Mason VanMeter. You're going to get the profit sales script, $497 value, the Rule of 100 workshop, $297 value, and the Revive Dead Leads workshop, $140 value, for a total value of $1,433. And Alex, I mean, what else do these agents need to be successful? They have the software to get the most out of every lead. They have the sales script to walk every lead through a sales process and get them to buy 9 out of 10 times, even if they fumble through the sales pitch, they don't see themselves as a salesperson. They get the Rule of 100 to get 5 to 10 sales calls booked today whenever they want. And an automation to take all those cold, dead leads who've never bought anything and actually get them to pull out their wallet and buy something. What else could you possibly need to be successful? Well, what if you feel a bit overwhelmed with how to put everything in action today that we've given you and finally get something out of? How many of you have bought programs in the past and it's still in the digital wrap? Like you never even took it out. You never even logged into it. How many of you would like to finally get something out of a program that was promised to you? So Alex said, Mason, you should go overboard. I said, I don't want to. He said, Mason, come on. You're good at this stuff. And I said, I don't want it. Come on, man. I just want to write my poems. I'm a tortured poet over here. He says, Mason, no, you got to do it. I'm doing my part. You got to do yours. And I said, damn it, you called me out. I got to do it. So I'm going to give you the booked live workshop recordings, and here's what's included. I don't believe any of you are cookie cutter people, so I'm not going to give any of you cookie cutter answers. But by the end of this 4-hour workshop. You'll have a strategy to follow to work specifically for you, guaranteed by me, which means you'll never have to let dollars make decisions for you again. What does that mean? After you attend this workshop, you're going to build a business to where when you go to a restaurant with your friends and family, you don't have to order off the right-hand side of the menu where the prices are. I know you've done it before. You get to order off the left-hand side of the menu where the chef's features are, where the pictures of that juicy, I can taste it right now, T-bone steak are. How many of you would like to live a life like that? I'm telling you, everything can change for you. This book live workshop is going to change the house you live in, the person you're with if you want it to, the car you drive, the bed you sleep on, everything. Okay? So here's what's going to include. I'm going to walk you through how to implement everything you've got today. We're going to work side by side together to book you sales calls in the recordings. You're going to get pre-built assets from Alex and I to help you get more clients. And we reviewed live sales calls on the event and gave you line by line words and scripts to follow so you always know how to close deals. Okay? And by the end of the workshop, you will have the exact formula to follow personalized to you. So here's what you're getting. The 3 months of Agent CRM on Alex and I, the Profit Sales Script, the Rule of 100 Workshop, $297 value, the Revive Dead Leads Workshop, $140 value, and the Book Live Workshop recording, $4,000 value for a total value of $5,433. You can get started now at mason.agent-crm.com. Alex, if you can drop the link in the chat for people to click. Now, if all this did was finally give you a way to get something from every lead, would it be worth $5,433? Duh. If all this did was help you protect more families and give you the life you deserve, would it be worth $5,433? Yeah. If all this did was give you the ability to write your own paychecks for the rest of your life, would it be worth $5,433? Of course. However, I'm not going to charge you $5,433. Obviously. I'm not even going to charge you half of that, which is $2,716.50. But even if I did, it would still be worth it. You can get started today for just one payment, one time, of $499 at mason.agency-crm.com. Go to the link now, you can check out, and I'll show you what to do. You can get started, just one payment. 90 days from now, you can decide whether you want to keep the subscription. Once you've made the money, I promise you, you'll never cancel it. This is something you wake up and you forget about because it's just making you money. Okay? So you can get started now. And for those of you, I'm going to show you what to do. You go to the link, mason.agent/crm.com. You click on the blue Pipeline Power Pack button. You click on it, and what's going to do? It's going to take you to a form, and all you have to do, it's so easy. Alex, am I right? You just type in your full name, your email address, and your best phone number. And then what do I do? Well, all you do is you come down here, you fill out your payment details, you put in your card number, and then you hit submit, and there you go. Now, some of you are going to see this, and I already know what you're going to think about. Some of you are going to say, but Mason, I have a fear of failure. Is it you're afraid of failure, or are you afraid of your own success? Agents tell me they have a fear of failure and all the time. But here's the thing. You get failure every day. You know failure. You may not like it, but you get it. But success, you have no clue what that's like. You have no clue what it's like to walk around with $1 million in the bank. You have no clue what it's like to walk around with 10 grand in your pocket. You have no idea what it's going to be like, and that scares the hell out of you. So, is it that you're afraid of failure, or is it that you're afraid of your own success? A child doesn't let the fear of falling off a bike stop them from learning how to ride. Children, you've seen them, they risk bloody knees and scraped elbows. Yet a child learns to ride a bike because they want to. So they do. And do you want this so you'll get it? And if me and Alex have to pick you up and put you back on your feet a couple times, that's okay. We'll do it. Now, I'm not like other charlatans in this industry who want to sell you something and say, leave me alone, don't talk to me. It's easy. Fear isn't real, Alex. No, I'm telling you guys, fear is going to be there. We're just going to put it in the passenger seat when you're driving to success. And now listen, if you guys want to put your seatbelt on for your fear, that's totally okay. But it's not going to drive the damn car. Just let fear come along for the ride. Okay? Now, commitment. Here's my advice to fence sitters. Sitting on a fence is uncomfortable. It'll hurt your back and it'll give you hemorrhoids. I just want you off the fence. Whether you land on the yes or no side is less important to me than dying while sitting on that fence. We're all faced with two pains, the pain of regret or the pain of commitment. You can't avoid a pain, but you can choose which one you want to take on. And the pain of commitment weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Okay? So go to mason.agent/crm.com and get started now. Here's the thing. You take one small step, I take 10. But you must take the steps. But you will not take them alone. And if there are times where I have to pick you up and carry you, I will. Me and Alex are committed to your success. Are you? If you are, go to the link right now, click on it, go get the Pipeline Power Pack, get started right away. You can put all of your old dead leads in there right now and see sales at the end of the day. Okay? Obviously, go through your A2P stuff, but outside, you can have it up and running 24 hours. Go get started now. And some of you are saying, I'm brand new. We were all new at one time, okay? And I know all of you, at one point, you couldn't use your diaper. You used to go on yourself. You wouldn't your diaper. Look at you. It's not where you start that matters. It's where you end up. Look how far you've came. And wherever you're starting, we can make that work, okay? Now, I love to take in those of you who are fresh because you've got in one of the greatest assets we could ever hope to leverage for your success, curiosity. And I can't wait to see what discoveries you make and how, because you have a fresh pair of eyes. I'm going to learn as much from you as you will from me. And here's the reality. You can't learn to swim in a seminar. You have to get in the pool. And me and Alex will be your lifeguards. We'll start simple and easy and no time flat. You'll be astonished by how great of a swimmer you are. So get started now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com or click the link in the chat. Go get started now. Get the Agent Pipeline Power Pack. So what does it really cost? Well, what's unique about some of you is there is still hope. Now that you know what the program's going to do for you, a better educated customer makes better purchasing decisions. Am I right or am I wrong? And you all know usually the cheapest stuff in the market is the dumbest stuff you can buy. And come on, let's be real with each other. I know you at one point in time, you skimped on something, you bought the cheap version of it, and you regretted it. Tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm right. Another time, you bought something that made you squirm a little bit. You're like, damn, this is a lot of money. And you were forever grateful you purchased it, because cost is something you pay for over and over again. I'll say that one more time. Cost is what you pay for over and over again. Price is something you pay for once. That cheap pair of shoes you bought, you wore 2 times and you threw out, sure, they were only 20 bucks. That was the price. But the cost was $10 per wear. Or that $1,000 program that you can log into whenever you want. It continues to go down in cost each and every time you log in. Each day you log into this, it costs you less. Each day you don't have this, you pay in more and more ignorance tax for not being where you want to be in life. It's another day of watching people on TV, the electronic income reducer. It's an anesthetic, it'll wear off, don't worry. But quit watching people on TV live a dream while you're living a nightmare. So go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com, get the Pipeline Power Pack. And this is a fraction of the countless agents we've helped, just like you, get to where they want to be, okay? Another 3,400 APV, had $13, got 27 leads, 4 appointments booked, awesome, just more results. Johnny needed $50,000 in 5 weeks. Boom. Karina, you're right. Just countless results, 14K in commissions, 33K in commissions, number 22 in the country with 2,500. Guys, I get these every single day. 15,000 in 5 days. Are you guys cool with that? 15,000 in 5 days, 12K in the past week. Let's see what else. I made sales for the first time today. How many of you remember what it was like? How hard it was? So go get started right now, okay? Sold his first policy. Another one, Mason's one of the greatest. Alex is fantastic. Just want to, I lose track of how many I get of these, okay? Alex has tons too. You guys have seen those on here. So guys, go get started right now. Mason.agent/crm.com. Get started. Go get the Pipeline Power Pack today. One payment of $499. We're going to cue some Q&A for the next couple minutes, answer you guys' questions. But listen, it has been an absolute honor and a privilege to serve you guys today. Now, we're just going to go through the chat. Just type in your questions. Gary Ruffino says, never build this shit alone. Pay for 97 bucks and take advantage of it. Don't overthink it. They offer agency accounts. Eric Kamadi says, can't say this loudly enough. As a proud nerd myself, even I backed out of that cul-de-sac and went with Agent CRM after trying my own thing. I did not get the link. I did not get the link either. Let's see here. Mason.agentcrm.com. There you guys go. You guys go get my account and you get all the special bonuses that we promised you. Because Alex, if they go get that outside of this webinar, they don't get those bonuses, correct?
That is correct. That is correct. These bonuses are only available right here on this webinar and only with Mason.
Here's the how long does this offer last? Guys, it is, what is it, Thursday? This expires Sunday at midnight. When you wake up Monday, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. Me and Alex, we love you guys. We're not going to keep pulling out money out of our pocket to pay for you guys leads and doing booked live workshop. Like that just costs us too much. We love you. We believe in you, but action takers are action takers, just like buyers are buyers. Okay. So go do your thing. You're smart enough to know if this is for you. One sale pays this entire thing off. One sale pays for this entire thing. Here's the question you should be asking. And this is let me know if this is an intelligent question, Alex. Do I or do I not believe that if I had Mason and Alex at my disposal and in my corner, I had the nerd and I had the sales training, would I make one sale to pay this off?
Absolutely.
Congratulations, you just made a
even
smart
your rule of 100 workshop is worth, in my opinion, far more than the $4.99 that they're paying for. And if that's all they did, if they just learned from the rule of 100 how to reach out to people, it would be worth it. But then you have the software on top of it, and you get to use it for 3 months while you're working the rule of 100, plugging in the automation, sending out the contact cards, getting your database activated again, running this. I mean, the value is incredible. And then if you get stuck, you can refer to the profit sales script and get over the hump. Figure out, how am I going to get past this objection, this hurdle? So we've really put together everything we can to make you guys successful. As Mason said, as he was going through putting this offer together, it was like, what else do they need? What else do they need? Finding the gaps in the offer and plugging it with information from myself or Mason, with live workshops, with recorded workshops. I think this is a complete and total package. We got a question in the chat. What is Marketing Plus? Marketing Plus is the agent CRM add-on that we have put together for people that are running ads on Facebook or Google. Inside of Marketing Plus, you have access to our ad library. Myself and my team, we create new ads on a regular basis. We have ads for all 12 major insurance products, life, health, P&C, etc. You get to launch those ads with the click of a button. My team helps you. And those ads go out to the audience that you designate. Then every single day, we have an ad review session that is a group call where you can jump in. We'll review your ads for you. Now, when I first started running Facebook ads, I wish that I had someone that could look over my ads and help me make the small tweaks that it took for my ads to go from like, okay, I think it's kind of working, I'm getting some leads, to, oh my gosh, this is working incredibly well, right? That's what our team provides. We have the daily ad review sessions. You are still the manager of your ads account. We do not take that over. You are responsible for showing up, but we give you the room. We provide the experts. We even give you the ads to run the ads to drive more leads for your business. That's Marketing Plus.
So you guys go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Go take care of that. There's another question that came in. Would this work for commercial or just life? Guys, this works for every single line of insurance. Don't limit yourself. It works for all lines of insurance. So go get started now. The question you should be asking is, how fast will it work for me if I get started now? That's a better question. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Get started. And Alex Branning just mentioned ads. Now listen, guys, I'm a diehard copywriter. I've spent almost $500,000 in the last 5 years learning marketing, human nature, what makes humans predictable. Would you guys like it if I gave you done for you ad copy with the booked live workshop recordings at no extra cost to you? You're going to get, I will go out there on a pedestal, not to brag, but I will say I will outright anybody in terms of copy, because when it comes to ads, 80% of your marketing dollar is spent on the headline. And if it is wrong, if it does not crystallize into a crystal clear vision, if they see the words you lost them, the copywriting must show them pictures in their head that inspires a feeling, that inspires an action. How many of you would like if I wrote all of your pictures and your done for you ad copy and just gave it to you to plug in with Alex's marketing as well? Because I guarantee you it will convert. How do I know? That's how I use it to fill up insurance webinars. So it's already proven. I just will give you the swipes at no extra cost. So I will mark that down. It's on the recording. Now I have to do it because I said it. Oh no, what have I gotten myself into? Pray for me, guys. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Go get tens of Guys, and if you guys don't know, I charge 10 grand to write a sales letter and 10% royalties. No extra cost for you. So I'm just going to give it to you. So we'll get started now. There's another question. Would this work for Boom? How long does this offer last? It expires Sunday at midnight. What is the timeline of this package? Preston, can you let me know what you mean by what is the timeline of this package? Just type your question in. Lewis Mitchell says, I'm with Symmetry, Alex. New agent, haven't sold yet. Congratulations. Welcome to the industry. Thank you for being selfless enough to become an agent. I'm proud of you. Seriously. I know no one else will tell you that. I'm extremely proud of you. You have a great heart. Can I use this? Can you use Symmetry leads with Agent CRM? Alex, can you take that?
Absolutely, you can. You can use any and all leads in Agent CRM. Think of Agent CRM as an automated way to send text messages and send emails. Symmetry is a great organization. They're going to encourage you to make sure that you stay top of mind to all of the people that are in your audience using text and email. Agent CRM gives you a way to automate that, and we have written the messages for you for every step of the customer journey. So yes, we have a lot of Symmetry agents that use Agent CRM, and they're having some great success with it.
Fantastic. So you guys go get started right now. Mason.agent/crm.com. Go get the Pipeline Power Pack. Get it for yourself. Finally, something that actually delivers. And you can take out of the package and not just leave on your digital bookshelf. Jordan Turner says, assuming yes, but can you help me cater the process for PNC? Guys, the Branning bundles already have that. If I'm correct, Alex, speak more on that. How does this work for PNC agents?
Yeah. So inside of Agent CRM, you're going to go into the left-hand menu, click on Click and Play Library. You'll see a list of all 12 branding bundles that we have. You'll select PNC. You'll import that into your account. Now you have all the workflows, pipelines, emails, and websites that you need for driving leads and nurturing the leads that you have for all property and casualty products, home, auto, etc. So it's all pre-built. And then if you plug in the customizer, which is an Agent CRM only tool, you fill in the form with your branding, your personal photo, your NPN number, etc. It takes you about 10 minutes. All the 100 plus emails, the funnel, and everything is branded and personalized to you to match your logo, your colors. We've made it so easy for you to log in Agent CRM and get started. And for those of you that have a Go High Level account, you know what a freaking mess it is to try to make one change because you switched organizations or something happened, and now you're going to go back and change every single funnel that you ever built, every single email that you ever wrote. That's not the way that it works in Agent CRM. We have built everything on top of the customizer. You change it one time in the customizer, and it goes blasts out through every single text, every single email that we've written for you, all the funnels that we've got in an instant. It's just so easy to get set up and then to modify as your business evolves and grows.
So you guys go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com and you can have that work for you. You can get all that stuff switched over from clunky GHL onto better Agent CRM, okay? Way smarter thing to do. You're all smart people. Do the smart thing for yourself. Jordan Turner also says, is there any support for lead generation once my old leads are exhausted? Yes, that is included with the Marketing Plus for the next 3 months. And if you just make one sale, it pays for like almost the entire year. Alex, I'm like, is that crazy thinking?
Yeah, we've made it so affordable. It's ridiculous.
What a concept.
So come on, guys. Come on in.
What a concept that the customers get some value. I don't know about you guys. I get tired of seeing people who are like, give me money, they never talk to me. Guys, the name of the game is consumption. Understand that. The name of the game is consumption. The more time you spend with Alex and me, the more likely we are to build some friendships and invite each other to basketball games, and we'll invite you to our parties, okay? Or I hope you at least invite me to your party. I'll come do a webinar for you guys for your birthday or something, make you some money out of all your family and friends. Just give me a fraction of the action, a little piece from my knee. Is it okay if I guys pitch for your birthdays or something? I don't know. I'll charge everyone $50 for the piñata and I'll make them happy to pay you, okay? So go to mason.agent/crm.com. Go get started. Lewis Mitchell says, sorry, was changing a diaper. Thanks for being a fantastic father, Lewis. I'm with Symmetry. Okay, he already asked that. What is your advice for me? My advice for you is to use Agent CRM and use all the stuff we're giving you because, guys, I was an agent with Symmetry. I don't have my trophies because I just moved houses literally yesterday. So I was able to stay up for the last 48 hours on coffee and smelling salts. No cocaine, I promise you. No crack. Just smelling salts and a lot of coffee. I got all of this done in the last 48 hours. I was the #1 agent the first 9 months in Symmetry. Do this, okay? I can happily say that I'm outside of non-compete stuff. The script, cookie cutter. Like cookie cutter, okay? Should I do my they all suck, feet. They all suck, folks. All right. I don't have my wig to do it right now. Go check my Facebook stuff. I do a fantastic Trump impersonation. Go get started right now, okay? Go get started, mason.agent/crm.com. John Salouis says, I got in late. Send a replay if available. Everything will be sent out. Eric Amati says, and Mason, good to see you again, buddy. Walk me through this live workshop once again. Okay, so the book live workshop, I'm going to walk you through setting up Agent CRM live. For those of you who get like on the recordings, of course. So the profit sales script, I'm going to walk you through and train you nuanced sales training. For some of you, it's actually probably going to scare you. I had a girl I had to refund not too long ago because I told her how I sold her. I had no clue that was going to rhyme. It just happens to come out every time, and I'm a poet, and I don't know why the seat keeps coming out. Anyways, it actually scared her that I told her how I sold her. If that's you, do not get this. Guys, you're in an industry where you eat what you kill. If you do not sell, your family starves, and who are they going to blame for not doing their job? That you signed up, no one held you down at gunpoint and told you to become an insurance agent. In fact, I would argue things probably got so bad, things were so bad for me that I kind of forced myself into this industry. It was that bad. No one becomes an insurance agent or goes to the job fair at 6 years old and says, I want to be an insurance agent when I grow up. No one does that, except Michael Myers as a kid, okay? Or Jeffrey Dahmer. And we're not doing handshakes here if you get the joke. So go to mason.agent/crm.com, get started. You guys should not laugh at my jokes. You're encouraging bad behavior in the public eye. Patricia, you're going to get me in trouble. Stop making me tell jokes. Stop laughing. I'm not a funny dude. Okay, so the live workshop, I'm going to walk you through how to set up the agent CRM, the profit sales script. I'm going to walk you through how to message people. Here's the secret to the rule of 100. You message every lead like you're trying to date the prettiest girl in your school. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the Revive Dead Leads workshop live. We're going to log into the agent CRM. I'm going to walk you through it. And that's it. And I'm going to teach you. I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to help you build your business from start to finish, show you how a small hinge can swing a big door, how the few can overtake the many, okay? How an organization of 5 can outsell organizations of 500, 5,000. How do I know? I've done it time and time again. Why do agency owners make me sell NDAs to do webinar pitches for them and go sell hundreds of policies in a matter of 90 minutes? I know I can help you. Success is not an option. It's guaranteed on this book live workshop, okay? Whatever that means for you. Maybe it's just seeing really pretty lights for me. Maybe it's writing a book. I don't know what it is for you. I can help you do it though. This is not my first rodeo. I've been around the block a time, or I don't know, 12. So go get started. Mason.agent/crm.com. Patricia says, so if we get this package, we will get help with making sure we have everything set up correctly so that we can start running these like now. The answer to that is yes, Patricia, because I believe in you. And here's the thing. My mama would pull out a belt and bust my you know what if I did not make good on my promises. My mom has gray hair. She's 5'2", and she still scares the ever-living hell out of me. Okay? So yes, I promise you, God, and not only that, not only my mom scares me, God scares me, because the man upstairs has humbled me more times than I care to admit, in times and places where I did not want to be humbled. So please, do the smart thing. I got your back. You can email support@runningbuddiesacademy.com or support@agentcrm.com. Like, me and Alex are here to help you guys. Okay? Seriously. It is so hard to find people, 1, who have integrity, 2, who haven't sold their souls to go sell leads. Did I just say that out loud? What am I, 12? Yeah, okay, that came out. Anyways, no apologies. Yes, we have your back. So go to mason.agent/crm.com. Go get started right now. Preston says, already answered. It's like I read your mind, like I'm a fortune teller. I just know things. Anyways, Preston Hicks says, if we move CRMs from an uncooperative, if we move CRM from an uncooperative, highlight that word, uncooperative, all of them except Agent CRM, can everything still be transferred? Alex, what would you say to that? Even though you
We do
answered
the
the
very
chat?
best that we can. We have some really cool tools that help with that. There are some things that we won't move because they are proprietary to the agency owner, but we will do the best that we can to get all of your contact data out. And so we got some, yeah, and most of the time, because most agency owners know who I am, they'll play ball with me. So yeah, we got your back. If you currently have a GHL account and you're under an agency who you're like, I just don't think they're going to give it up, 9 times out of 10, if I talk to them directly on your behalf, they'll play ball.
See, guys, this is the really cool thing about having. See, I can walk down Walmart, no one knows who I am. If I go to an insurance event, if Alex Branning goes to an insurance event, how many people know us? Uh, all of them. I went to a road show not too long ago, and there was about 40 people who came up to me, surrounding me, asking me questions, and I just wanted to go to the bathroom. They were like, but Mason, I was like, no, dude, I'm trying to pee. I promise you, I will answer whatever. And this dude followed me to the restroom. Here's the thing. If someone does you dirty, me and Alec, you guys get to stand on the shoulders of giants in this industry. We will protect you. And if I blast out to my email list of 100,000 different insurance agents, although we have a lot of overlap, do you think people are going to be able to deal with that pressure if 100,000 insurance agents know that they did one of you dirty? No. They're going to run like hell because we made them look bad. So you're protected with us. Eric Amati says, Preston, I've done this myself in regards to the transfer. Alex's team is awesome at recreating your existing assets on their platform. They got two of my biggest websites moved in under 24 hours. They're the absolute best. So you guys go to mason.agent/crm.com. And Alex, I'll send you a cool screenshot of that for a testimonial. So thank you, Eric, for being a fantastic human. You guys go check him out on Facebook as well. I have no problem giving credit to anybody. I only hang out with cool people. So cool thing. I can advertise. I've never sold my soul like a lead vendor. Patricia Trujillo says, I never thought I would be in insurance. Sister, none of us ever do. I want and need to make this work. I want to show my kids that I will always have their back without worrying about how many of you guys would like to live without worrying about prices. Yes, so go get started right now. Mason.agent/crm.com. David Augustin says, hey, I just bought. Congratulations, you made a smart investment. Congratulations on your purchase. Where do I get the rule of 100? After this webinar is over, I'm going to send Alex all the stuff because he's going to send you guys a portal or whatever. You guys are going to get all in a pretty Word document, links to everything. Here's the thing. Hunt me down on Facebook. Hunt me down. Say, Mason, I know where you live. I know your phone, like Liam Neeson. I have a very special set of skills, and I will find you. I promise you, I will get you the rule of 100, all of that stuff over today. Okay? I'll get all that material over to Alex. For those of you who get in, you'll get all that access literally within an hour of the webinar being over. So go get started right now. Mason.agent/crm.com. Lane Raycheck says, what if we have a number through a CRM? Can that number be transferred? Alex, how do you handle that?
Yes, we can port it over.
Look at how simple that is.
Boom.
Go get started now. Mason.agent/crm.com. What other questions do you guys have? Just get started now. Eric, like I said, you guys got to quit smiling and being happy and laughing at me on here because you guys are encouraging bad behavior, and I'm going to make more lead vendor jokes before we're off of here. So stop it, please. You're going to get me in trouble. Stop. All right? I'm already not allowed on big stages because I apparently cuss and that's evil. So stop it, okay? Go get started now. Any other questions? Alex, what's a question you would have if you were the agent on here?
What happens if I get stuck? How does Agent CRM support help me out? I've used a lot of really cool software packages in the past. Mason and I have worked with Russell, and Agent CRM, there's a lot going on. And so we are there to help. We got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, phone support service. You can just pick up the phone and call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live chat. We have what really is the most popular support option is our Zoom. You can schedule a quick fix, 10-minute call with my team. We'll jump in and help you get over whatever hurdle you got. And then, of course, you can email us. And we have a very dynamic Facebook group where people hop in, ask questions, share wins, etc. So no matter what type of help you prefer, whatever communication method you prefer for us to help you on, we got your back. And that is all included for free. With Mason's package of the 3 extra expert hours, that is one-on-one time with one of my team members to help you build out your agent CRM account so that it's exactly what you need. He can walk through it, help you get trained on how to use it, answer any lingering questions you got. So there's literally nothing holding you back. Tech can be scary. Agent CRM makes it easy.
And guys, so go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/CRM right now. And a good question, I'm going to have this date get sent out. The date of the workshop is going to be, let me check when I put that on my calendar. If you guys hear a husky in the back, well, that's my son right there. So give him some credit, okay? Just hang on. So my meetings, we have the workshop recording that will go immediately out effective, but the live one is going on August 27th. For any of those who paid attention to what I said earlier, that's when the live thing. Actually, you know what? Let me just move this forward. I'm going to do it as soon as Monday the 11th. I'm going to walk you guys through this on the 11th. So if when you get it, it's on the 11th, and then the recordings will be sent out. So Monday the 11th at 12 p.m. through 4 p.m. It's a 4-hour workshop. I'm going to answer every single question you have. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. I'm going to walk you through everything. We're going to work with you on your business. You'll get started right now. I just got another question in. I don't have a big budget for leads. Can I still use this? Well, that's why I'm giving you the rule of 100. If you go make a couple sales with that, this is what I love about entrepreneurship. It's a series of trading out bad problems for slightly better ones. And eventually you end up with problems that you're happy to have. Like some of you were saying, Mason, I've gotten too many sales calls coming in. You poor thing. You poor thing. Mason, my air conditioner's blowing a little too cold today. Mason, I'm having a little bit too nice of a vacation. I'm feeling a little guilty over here. Kudos to you, okay? You have managed to figure out what 99% of the population never will. So use the rule of 100, get people booked, use the profit framework to sell them, and then use Agent CRM to do all the old leads who weren't smart enough to answer your question. That way you can have your boarding Costa Rica moment and showing it to everybody who didn't believe in you. Go get started right now, mason.agent/crm.com. Go get started right now. How quickly can I expect to book my first appointment using this? Alex, let's be a little real with the A2P stuff. Walk them through that, how fast they can get it set up, and what's a reasonable time frame.
Yeah, it takes approximately 48 hours to get A2P approved. So once you sign into your new account, we have onboarding videos called the Activator. Give yourself a couple hours to go through all those videos, get your entire account set up and rocking and rolling, and then the carriers are going to review everything and just make sure you're good to go. As a bonus, just something that we do at Agent CRM is we actually fill in your A2P forms for you after you filled out the customizer, and then we submit it on your behalf. So we literally make sure that you don't fail with the A2P so that you can start texting as soon as possible. Right now, we're looking at about a 48-hour window.
This is like what I mentioned earlier, Alex, about the football. We're doing 99% of the work, yet they get 100% of the credit. What is going on here? You guys go get started right now. Take advantage of us one good time at mason.agent/crm.com. We promise you we won't get mad at you for doing it. The next question I got, do I need any tech skills to use Agent CRM or the rule of 100? Alex, do you want to talk about Agent CRM first and tech skills required?
Yeah, you really don't need any tech skills. You just need patience and you need grace for yourself to learn a new system. Anytime I learn a new system or sit in a car I haven't driven before, I got to figure out where all the buttons are and how to hit the drive. And I was in a car the other day and they didn't even have the automatic. It was like a button push to get the buttons to get the car started. I was like, what is happening here? It took me way too long to figure that out. But in Agent CRM, there's a lot of buttons to push. We help you walk through it. Our activator videos make it super easy for you to understand what you got to do. We walk you through importing leads, triggering some of these workflows that we have. And we have coaching sessions that not only show you how to use the system, but we also hang out and you can ask questions. So we have those 3 days a week. That is beyond the support. That is our success calls because we don't just want to help you where you get stuck. We want to show you the roadmap to really maximizing the value of Agent CRM. Those are the live coaching calls that we do.
Fantastic. And as far as the rule of 100 is concerned, guys, if you can send a message on Facebook, everyone pick up your thumb real quick. Does everyone have a thumb? If you don't have a thumb, I can't help you if you want to type with your toes. It's kind of be weird. But if you have a thumb, you can make it work. So give yourself a thumb shake or something. I don't know. Go to mason.agent/crm.com and get started now. Eric Amati asks, is this offer something I could take advantage of? I wouldn't want to move anything on. So Alex, he is for all the existing agent CRM members, are the pricing and bonuses able to be applied to their existing accounts? Can you walk through
Yes,
that?
absolutely. So when you sign up for this package, you have an existing account, your agent CRM account will get 3 months added to it. You'll get the Marketing Plus upgrade on your account if you don't already have it. You'll get 3 expert hours added to your bank on top of what you have now, plus all of the bonuses that Mason is giving you. So even if you have an agent CRM account, it is still a great deal for you to take advantage of. You will not get a brand new agent CRM account. It'll just be applied to your existing account that we have.
Fantastic. You guys go get started right now on mason.agent/crm.com, or if you're watching a recording of this, go get started right now. If this is still up, go. How do you know if it's still up? Well, if you still see the offer, and me and Alex decided to be even nicer people, I don't know. There's a lot of man hour, like the 3 1-to-1 hours. This is live man hours that Alex and I have to pull out our wallets and pay other people for it. If you know what paying other people is like that actually cost us something out of our pocket. So that's just to show you how much we believe in you and your success. Okay, so go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Get started now and see if it's still up, even if you're watching the recording in 2027. I don't know. So Michael Laubert says, thank you. Thank you, my friend, and congratulations for being smart enough to invest in yourself. Look at where most of the industry is. Not on here. They didn't care about iOS. And that actually brings us to our next question. How does this help with the new iOS 26 update? Only reason you're asking that is because you have not watched the full webinar. We've already talked to you about this. When does it come out? September, what is the exact date? Is it the 26th or something?
Yeah, so they said that the new iOS 26 is going to be released publicly sometime between mid-September and October 1. We know for sure it'll be live by October 1st. So
What
it's
if
right around the corner.
what if iOS 26 releases on the 26th? Wouldn't that be a funny?
Yeah.
Patricia, quit laughing at me. I'm making corny dad jokes that are not supposed to be funny at all. If you guys wonder how I get so many laughs, there's a book called Dan Kennedy, Make Them Laugh and Take Their Money. It works, I promise you, every single time. So, Patricia, stop laughing. I just told you how I said, quit it. That's right. Give me a round of applause. Give Alex a round of applause, guys. Patricia says, I'm so happy I signed up for this. Thank you so very much. It's always nice when they say thank you for giving you money. You are very welcome. Congratulations, Patricia. You won't regret it. If you do, go tell my mom. She'll make sure I make it up to you. Like I said, I'm terribly scared of this woman who somehow brought this thing into the world. I don't know how I've made it so long, but yet here I am. So go get started right now. Mason.agent/crm.com and dodge iOS, because if you don't, Tim Cook's going to cook you, and don't do that. What if I've tried other trainings before and failed? Well, Alex, just based on what you've seen offered in the marketplace, what about this is different? If you were an agent, what would you say?
Well, you have some tech-heavy resources here with the agent CRM software. You also have tech light, like the rule of 100 is something that you'll be able to use for the rest of your career. No matter how the platforms change, no matter how communication changes, you'll be able to use the methods and the scripts that Mason lays out because he's telling you how humans communicate over social media, over text messaging. And so this is going to be something you can use all the time. Same with the Booked Live workshop. What you learn there, these are tools and skills that you'll be able to use for the rest of your career. So this is all about getting stuff that's going to work now and will continue to work no matter what happens in the marketplace and with technology.
Guys, and here's the basis of it. Humans are very predictable. We don't change a lot. And if you know how to inspire change, if you know how to get the brain to release conflicting thoughts, meaning they think one thing, the moment you can prove that's untrue, you can insert a suggestion into their head to make them see everything new. How many of you have ever had a moment where everything unlocked and it was like, aha, how many of you, Patricia says, that was me. How many of you would like to be able to put aha moments, light bulb moments in other humans and get them to do what you want them to do? Yes, I know that maybe sounds crazy, but it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And how do you do it? You ask questions. What type of questions do you ask? I'm going to give you those in the Rule of 100, in the Profit Sales Script. And even like electricians don't have to understand how how electricity works to install a light bulb and flick a switch. You don't have to understand what goes on in the human brain to ask the questions that I give you. And I'm telling you, I've been at a Walmart getting potatoes. Someone saw something on I wear barefoot shoes and someone asked me if those were comfortable. Somehow I got a coaching sale out of that. It's like, hey, this dude just asked me about my shoes and I just turned around and sold him a product. Isn't that cool? How many of you would like to go get paid to sell? When you're buying groceries, you get paid to sell policies. That's where all of your people are. Red-blooded Americans in grocery stores buying zucchinis, okay? Go sell them. If you guys knew what to ask to get your children to clean up their room and make them think it was their idea, would that maybe be valuable if your kids thanked you for making them clean up their room? If your spouse thanked you for making them take out the trash, rather than saying, oh, God, take out, honey, you did, like, wow, do you know how good your muscles looked when you took that trash out? What husband's going to get mad at that? No one. Say, baby, the way you looked, the way your body looked in those jeans when you were cooking that stir, oh my goodness, you just do it so well. Can you tell me how you do it? No one's going to get mad at that. It's timeless. Not like those other people in our industry who sell you things that work until the next update, until the next webinar, until the new lead. How many of you know what I'm talking about? These trends that disappear. I want to give you something that's timeless because that's the only thing I want to do. So go to mason.agent/crm.com. Get started right now. Can I really revive old dead leads and make money? Alex, how do you handle that?
Absolutely. As Mason talks about, your leads fall into those three categories, the 10, the 80, and the 10. 10% will never buy from you. 80% of them are waiting for a good reason. 10% of them are dying of thirst and need your product. There's a lot of people on your list that are dying of thirst and they want to buy right now. They just haven't heard from you in a long time. So as soon as you send out those text messages, they're going to go, oh my gosh, finally, I was waiting for them to reach out to me so that they would tell me more about the insurance product. I had forgotten about it, but it was a loose end in my mind. I know I need to take care of it. And now it's being brought right back up to the top of my mind. I need to jump on this right now to get this thing done.
Fantastic. You guys go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Take advantage of us. This is laughably underpriced, I've been told already in a private message. It's like, is this really $499? That's it. You don't have to pay $5,433. You can take it at $499. One payment, you get all the extra stuff. No extra. Go get the Pipeline Power Pack. You get the 3 months of Agent CRM free. The Profit Sales Script free. The Rule of 100 Workshop free. The Revive Dead Leads Workshop free. The Book Live Workshop recording free. Okay? Go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Go get it. Go take advantage of it. And then, what if I'm too busy to learn something new right now? Alex, what would you say about that?
I would say you want to make some time to learn what Mason teaches you, and you want to make time to learn the tech platform, because when you take the time to learn this, you're going to free up time for your future. So the more time that you spend right now doing a lot of this stuff manually, the more time that grows, that snowballs, right? If you're taking 5 hours a week to email and text message people manually, as soon as you take, say, 5 hours to learn Agent CRM and get your account set up and get everything dialed in, you will never have to spend that 5 hours doing the manual work ever again, because now you've replaced it. So yes, this week you'll have to spend an extra, call it 5 hours to get everything set up in your Agent CRM account. But now we're replacing that time for the future. So this week, an extra 5. The next week, you'll get that time back. And then for the rest of the month, the rest of the year, you won't have to spend that time doing these manual follow-ups and text messages that you're doing right now, because you've bought your time back with Agent CRM.
And here's the cool thing, guys. On average, in any new venture, any new pursuit, any new field of study, here's what Brian Tracy and success experts have proven time and time again. It takes roughly 20 hours to get an 80% understanding, and that's all you need to see success. So the question isn't how long is it going to take, it's how fast can I get 20 hours knocked out? Well, if you're like me, smelling salts in coffee, you'll get it done in the next 20. Don't do that. Go get some sleep. Just take this week to do it, and then the 20 hours is done, and that's all you need. That's a realistic pursuit, okay? So the question is, how fast can you knock those 20 hours out? Most people take 20 years because they're scared of 20 hours. Don't be that person who lets life completely slip out underneath you. All of you know what I'm talking about. Life's too short. Make the most out of it. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Finally, something that actually delivers results rather than complaints. So, like I said earlier, how many of you have ever had a headache so big that the biggest Tylenol factory in the world, even if you owned it, wouldn't take care of it? Let's get rid of those right now. This is the biggest Tylenol that you've ever got. What is the password for Script? Well, the password is purchase. Okay? I'm going to be sending that out again. The password is purchase. Okay? PURCHASE. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Go get started right now. Is this compliant with all the new telemarketing/texting laws, Alex?
Yes, it is. We keep it compliant. We keep on top of it, and we make changes when we need to.
Which means you guys are never going to get sued. And here's the thing. You don't have to be compliant on Facebook because they'll just block you if you're saying weird. Guys, the only reason the rule, can I just be honest with you guys on the only 2 reasons why the rule of 100 doesn't work? 1, you got weird. You got creepy. 2, you sent feet pictures. Those are the only 2 reasons the messaging doesn't work. You got weird or you sent weird pictures. Don't do that. Just copy and paste what I give you. It works. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Get started now. And the link should be right there. Boom, just click that. How much does it cost after the initial period, Alex? So 90 days, correct?
Yep, you got 90 days. Agent CRM is $97 a month, and the Marketing Plus upgrade is an additional $97 a month. So if you want both, it'll be $194. If you say, you know what, I use Marketing Plus, I don't need that, just one Agent CRM, it'll be $97.
That's it, guys. If you sell one policy, Agent CRM pays for itself for the entire year. This doesn't cost you anything, yet it costs you everything for not doing it. Okay? And just out of quick curiosity, before you go to mason.agent/crm.com, how many of you have learned a couple things from how I present? Mass market style. Have any of you saw anything? You're like, I caught what he did there. I'm going to walk you guys through some more of that stuff on the Booked Live workshop. That way you guys can go use it with your customers, not to them, with them. Okay? So go get started right now. Someone asked me, how do I get started right now? Well, I just said it. You go to mason.agent/crm.com and you get started. That's it. You type in the link. Look, that's how easy it is. You go to boom, boom, boom. And there you go. You just click the link in the chat. Preston Hicks says, well, what if our feet are awesome? Still don't send it, okay? Go to mason.agent/crm.com. Whether you have pretty or ugly feet, I don't care personally. And just what I do care is that you do what's smart for you, and you'll know. Someone else asked me, how do I know if I'm the right person? Well, here's the wrong person. If you're the type of person who is never... I had a friend a couple of years ago who bought a truck, and a year later, it had roughly 10 more miles than when he bought it. It went from 310 miles to 320. And I said, well, Jake, what are you doing with this truck, buddy? He goes, well, I'm keeping the miles off of it to keep a high resale value. That's kind of like buying a toaster and never putting bread in it and getting mad that you've never had toasted bread, right? That's like me not kissing my wife and saving myself for after marriage or something for her. It makes no sense whatsoever. So don't be the person who doesn't get, if you're the type of person who's not going to log in and is going to say me and Alex's stuff don't work, that's not fair to us. We've proven this with thousands of agents. I've got over 4,000 customers myself. Alex has thousands of customers. There's probably only 3 people who hate me. I've never heard anyone say they've hated Alex, but I've got 3 people on record who say they've hated me, and they're smart people to do it because I tried to get them to hate me because I got tired of helping them. Okay? You guys know what those headache customers are like. If you're going to be a headache customer, don't come on board. I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate me and you're not going to log in, and it's not fair to Alex and I. So we've spent too much time, too much money, too much resources on our own platforms to prove this time and time again. So that's how you know if you're the wrong person. If you're not that person and you do log in and you understand that it does take time and some money to get the financial freedom and the limited results you're looking for, you're the type of person, those are reasonable expectations. You can start seeing success as soon as this afternoon. Okay, you can take this stuff, you can go start messaging people. Boom. So go to mason.agent/crm.com. And guys, Alex Branning has got to jump in a couple minutes. Do any of you have any last minute? I'll hang out here with you guys until midnight. I don't think you want to, but if I have to, I will. To get some of you are probably like me. You got thick skulls and you don't listen the first time. So I got to tell you 7. Do I have any of those? If I got to tell you 7 times to go, I'll tell you 7 times. Don't worry. If you tell your lead 7 times to buy from you, I'll promise they'll probably do it around 8. So do any of you have questions for Alex Branning before he goes? Type him in the chat now. If not, guys, go tell Alex thank you for giving you $50 in lead credits, the Revive Dead Lead Workshop. Go tell him thank you for being such an incredible human. But whatever you do not message his family. Even like, let's just all thank God, say thanks for bringing an amazing human, but don't go message, like don't go do that. Just message him instead. Say thank you, Alex. Everyone type in the chat right now. Thank you, Alex Branning. Does this work with non-Facebook leads, Alex?
Absolutely. You can plug in leads from a mailer. You can plug in leads that you've purchased from a vendor. You can plug in leads that you have from referrals. It works for anything and everything. And also the rule of 100 works for leads that are not Facebook leads as well.
Guys, if you want to use the rule of 100 for dating, if you're where are all my single folk? Go send people messages like, wow, you wouldn't go rule of 100 them. Go schedule 100 reach outs, get 5 to 10 dates. You'll get 1 to 3 girlfriends or boyfriends. Now, what you do with more than one, I don't know. It's there for you if you want it. So take advantage of it, okay? You can use it for anything. Send your kids 100, like it works every time. It's just, you're not going to prove the math wrong. Numbers don't lie. Okay, so go to mason.agent/crm.com. If there's no other questions, Alex Branning, thank you a ton. How can I contact you, Mason? They didn't let you message you on Facebook. I have an email up on the screen. It says support@runningbuddiesacademy.com. You can email me there. You can go to vanmeteragency@gmail.com. You can reach out to Alex Branning at support@agentcrm.com. We're here for you guys. We'll answer whatever questions you have. I have people who, funnily enough, still send me snail mail. Thank you guys. How many of you get, man, here's how to know if you're crushing it. If people take time out of their day to send you mail in 2025, that's how you know you're doing something right. Okay? So go to mason.agent/crm.com. Alex, I think that is all the questions. Thank you for being an incredible human. I'm excited to partner up with you on this. And I will get that stuff over to you to send out to anyone who has already got this as soon as we get off here. So I don't see, we'll give it a 5-second countdown. I don't see any other questions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll take the rest of the questions. Alex, thank you a million. You guys go take advantage of this. And I'll stay on here for a couple minutes. Let me know what questions you guys have. We're down to 9 people, and whoever's watching the recording, we went from a lot to a little. So will this recording be sent to our email? Yes, the recording will be sent. Or if you're watching the recording, go start it right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. And Sheila says, did I pronounce that right? It's Sheila, correct? Not, or is it Shyla? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. I've been known to butcher some names, so please forgive me if I do. Shyla, okay, perfect. So go get started right now. Go to mason.agent/crm.com. If you're watching the recording, yes, all this will be sent out. And it will be live streamed on my YouTube, all that stuff. You'll see it everywhere. So go take advantage of this, and I will see you on there. You want me to share? Yeah, you guys feel free to go on Discord. I have a Discord on here. You can message there. Dan Elkins, good to see you on here, buddy. Jim Bennett, David Augustin. Has anyone not got this and you're wondering maybe should I or should I not? Do I have any of you on here? Tell me why you have not got it. I'm happy to answer your questions personally. Say, Mason, I like you, but I just don't know if this is for me yet. Tell me what your biggest concern, your fear, your biggest objection is. And I'm going to show you some really cool reframing stuff. And then before you know it, your wallet's going to come out of your hand and you're going to buy the Pipeline Power Pack for $499 at mason.agent/crm.com. And they're going to be happy about it. And for those of you who have not purchased yet, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go to bed at night looking at the ceiling thinking, should I do this? Should I not? And you're going to toss and you're going to turn until you go and you get it. And then when you do get it, for those of you who did get it, you're going to sleep fine. For those of you who didn't, you're going to toss and turn at the ceiling, wondering, should I do this? Should I not? Is it going to help me? Is it not? And I'm telling you, it will. And until you do something for this, until you make a decision, you're not going to get a good night's sleep. So go take advantage of this right now. Mason.agent/crm.com. Get started now. Jim Bennett says, Mason, this was a great presentation and all. I love it when it's all caps. Thank you, because I talk in all caps. But I'm presently struggling through the onboarding at a certain agency. I need some help understanding the difference in the two biz models. Jim Bennett, are you live with me? Can you just tell me what you mean? I'm going to ask you to unmute. Just tell me what you mean by that question. And if you just need to type it, that's totally fine too. What do you mean the difference in the two biz models? They use the uplink model. Uplink or upline? I don't know what that model means. Do you mean the free leads model, or what exactly does that mean? Need a little bit more clarity of understanding so I can give you an accurate answer. My checks will come from them. Okay, gotcha. So I need some help understanding the difference. So when you're essentially, they're getting your commissions from and they're paying you out from them. The only difference in being independent is the carriers pay you directly, whatever commission rate you have negotiated or signed up for with them. Those are the only two differences. The thing with free leads, it's kind of hard to complain because they're taking the biggest risk. But if you know that you can go get free leads, then why would you settle for anything less than 100%? That's my question. So it comes down to, do I believe I can make more money or less money with the business model? If you think you can make more with free leads because you don't want to have to worry about that, stay where you are, keep doing that. But either way, this will work for you and it'll help you make more regardless of what you decide to do. Okay? So working with you, no, so this is just a program. This is not recruiting, guys. This is not coming into my agency, anything like this. You can stay where you are, wherever you are, and still get the most out of this. This is just additional. This is just additional, okay? But you can also tell that agency that you don't want the free leads, you want your own commissions. Does that answer your question? If it does, go to mason.agent/crm.com, enter your information, go check out the Pipeline Power Pack. I promise you it's not going to hold you. Yes, so these are tools, your onboarding, your agent CRM, all the software you need, all the tools you need to go get as many leads as you want, get as many sales as you want, know exactly what to say to who to make sales, okay? You're not contracting with me. I do not want your overrides. I want you guys to keep all the money you make. This is the one-time thing. I don't want your overrides, okay? I don't need them, frankly. Ongoing cost after the trial period, like Alex Branning, that's for agent CRM. You can totally cancel it if you want to, and it costs you nothing. Or you can keep on for $97 a month. One sale a year pays for your entire year subscription. Okay? So get started right now at mason.agent/crm.com. That's it. Those are the only cost. Hey, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for being here, Jim. Congratulations for being smart enough to read my emails. By the way, my emails are about to get wild. Do you guys know what's coming? If not, I'm not going to ruin the experience for you. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to go get some food. I'm starving. And speaking of the dying of thirst crowd, I am now dying of thirst. My throat is on fire. David Augustin says, hey, Mason, currently pay for my leads. How would you recommend I become more profitable? Well, you either sell to the same customer more and more times, which means every person who buys one policy, you get them to buy 2 or 3. You just doubled your business because you doubled the purchasing. Easiest way. Guys, the biggest expense you have in any business is the cost to acquire a customer. This is why buying more leads is stupid. You're paying for more people to acquire rather than going after people you've already paid the most expensive price for and getting them to buy more times. New leads don't trust you. Existing customers already do. So sell the same person more and more times. If you guys look at all the recordings or replays of my webinars, it's the same people showing up every time. Why? They've already given me money multiple times. They already trust me. That's why I don't want new leads every single time. I'll take them, but my main focus is on existing customers. That's how you get the most out of your leads, and that's how you become more profitable. Does that answer your question, David? If it does, go to mason.agent/crm.com. Go get started right now. All right, I'm going to give a 10-second countdown. If I don't see anything else, we're going to stop it there. That way you guys can go get checked out. And like I said, if you have any questions, you can email support@runningbuddiesacademy.com or vanmeteragency@gmail.com, or you can message me on Facebook, Discord, YouTube. Doesn't matter. If you want to email me something, mail me something, whatever. Okay, so I don't see any new questions coming in. Okay, that looks like it's it. Guys, congratulations on being here. You have survived the Telesale Death iOS 26 webinar, interactive emergency podcast with Mr. Alex Branning. If you're watching the replay and you're still have not gone to mason.agent/crm.com, there's almost no hope for you. Just click it, go check it out, see what it's going to do for you, and just imagine yourself finally having the success that you were promised. So go get that right now. You can do this. I believe in you. You can do this, you'll do it. If not, you'll stare at the ceiling wondering, should I do this, should I not? And you won't get good sleep until you make a decision. So go get started right now. I believe in all of you. Thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next one.